What was it said?
That.
I will say, just for everybody so they rest assured, we have police officers, ex-police officers, we've had cam tours because of the situation, reach out to legal advice. We are perfectly within the realm. The only thing that possibly could be labelled as harassment is the posters, which none of the cam tours are actually involved in. That happened without us really doing anything. You know,
I left a comment on that Jenny's video saying absolute hero. That's the extent of our involvement, if you can even call it that.
Then I left a comment on one saying, I crash out incoming. That's all I put on one of them.
I think I put bloody brilliant or something like that. I put brilliant, you know, crying, laughing faces. Like, this is amazing.
Well, my comment was enough for him to go and dig for my name, which is not hard to find. Cause I've never
I know, you got name dropped. You got full name dropped.
Yeah, and then he showed it on that live, and then he posted it earlier again on his story.
Oh,
same
my
comment.
Lord.
So because I called that Jenny an absolute hero.
Yep.
Speaking of comments, have you guys seen the troll comments that have been left on Side Snark and the Real Wicked Witches videos in the last few days?
The Real Witches one, but not Side Snarks.
Side Snark had a family member die, and he posted a video about it, and the comment was essentially, I think it was, couldn't happen to a better person or something.
Oh my god, yeah, I saw that.
Oh, you saw it.
And that very account was sending the Real Wicked Witch some very racist messages.
Ooh.
I need context.
Side Snark is a awareness page who does like awareness on everyone, really. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened? What transpired with them?
His family member died, and this troll account, which they are suspecting is either Elphaba or someone close to her,
Ailey,
is leaving some incredibly terrible comments.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Sorry.
Wow.
I meant to say that. Onion's just posting, I'm just screenshotting. We've got a collab soon, guys. A few months we've got a collab.
It'll be CLA.
No, it's Maria.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. He's off to
At this point, I think you're all obsessed with Elphaba. Shouldn't you all give it a rest? We're not obsessed. We are very passionate about keeping people safe. But please, by all means, go over to the Fat Freak and the 5-hour YouTube.
By all means, set up your children's Roblox account so that Elphaba can message them. Go right ahead.
Do you know the news about Ailey, Ollie?
No.
Ailey has been, her parents were contacted, she's been separated from Orion.
Yeah, they have, yeah. They have, yeah.
Basically, what we found out is Ailey was being groomed by Orion.
Wow. I can't say I feel sorry for her, so... That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I'm just
anyone do anything.
I'm just yeah. What is it that guessing none of you work UC bouncers? Hang on, wait a second. You do realise you just called all of us, hang on, you just called all of us UC bouncers. You do realise Elphaba also doesn't have a job and is on universal credit. Hello.
Elphaba is on UC, darling. Elphaba is on UC. Elphaba sits there and begs for money. But no, please carry on. It's entertaining.
I mean, you can defend Elphaba if you wish. I mean, people are going to question you because, you know, but...
It's pathetic.
I mean, there's a long list. You just...
Listen, sometimes people don't want to be educated. Sometimes people don't care and they will run with this narrative. It is fine. Leave them to run with their narrative. If they carry on, I'll just kick them in the corner.
I think their comments are funny because
They are.
it's so delusional.
It's been a long time since I've seen one of these comments.
I know.
People right, hold on. People deserve second chances. So you're saying that
Been given hundreds.
yeah,
There's been loads.
second chances, right? So would you give a groomer a second chance? Would you give someone who's SA people a second chance? Would you give someone who's lied about multiple conditions and disabilities a second chance? Because I know I wouldn't. My morals wouldn't let me.
Someone who's lied about SA and accused real life men who weren't even in the country. Someone who trivialises SA and is basically SA'd every day, according to this person. Literally, every time they leave the house, they gang SA'd by 15 different people. On the way home, and that's just the start of it.
Not to mention accepts gifts from 11-year-olds and has openly said, I don't care. I don't care about their age. It's not my problem. Oh, I've got 18 plus on, by the way. Come on, Holly. Holly, darling. You don't really buy this, do you? Your husband's holding your hand. Will you take these comments? I think we should seek help.
Okay.
Sorry, that's a bit blunt, but like, does your husband need to hold your hand while you're on TikTok? Because you probably shouldn't be on here. Literally, like, I'm sorry, but that's...
What do you think? What do you think, Holly, you're going to achieve sitting in here and typing this? Because you're not going to achieve anything more.
He thinks Orion's got to notice her.
Yeah, I saw the Instagram stories.
Or 500 of them.
Well, I think
oh my god, right,
so
yeah, Josh, do you know that live we held where the Observer was in, they screen recorded it and put it on YouTube, and as I'm going through, I said they could put it on YouTube, by the way. It's because basically she said to me in a message, she was like, he's made a lot of good points, and you've basically gone from start to finish of everything that Elphaba's done, and some people don't know this, blah, 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 blah. That's why she wanted to post it. But anyway... I was going through the Instagram stories and watching the live at the same time, and I shit you not, it was like that's what Orion was doing and answering those in each story. If you watch that live, and then you read the Instagram stories, it's like they're answering what we were saying and trying to correct the information on what we were saying.
He was doing that this morning. He did that this morning, and then he also did it with the C&D live that Razor was in. I had the Instagram up the whole time streaming it, and he was full on just replying.
Observer's lurking. Yeah, so it's like, so Observer knows as well that Orion watches their YouTube.
Have they ever acknowledged you, the Observer? There's like Elphaba ever. I know a couple others have. I know like Evil Queen has, but has Elphaba ever acknowledged you, like your videos?
I think I was watching a live where she did, and she said that she doesn't mind the Observer because they stay neutral.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think I was watching that on the Observer.
It does. If you go right, so it's like, so you go to the Observer's YouTube account, go find the live that we were all talking in, and then go look at the Instagram stories from the start. It generally looks like that, and like, because I was just sat there watching these stories, and I was like, hold on, we spoke about that, and we spoke about that as well. That I was like, have they watched the YouTube? Like, are they sat there watching the YouTube and like trying to like respond to what we were saying 2 days ago about them? I was having a right little chuckle. I thought it was quite funny.
There's one video on the Observer, and it's Elphaba, I believe, in Manchester, and she convinces Maria to come on the live. Oh my god, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Elphaba starts talking about Evil Queen, Maria starts screaming and screeching, and then she starts talking about she found a feather, she started wafting the feather about and talking about, oh, I've got my Indian magic.
I love Maria when she's on. She's so funny. She's so funny.
Live. Like, and this is where sort of like the whole IG thing is just wild. Like, but here's the thing though, like, he's responding to the Observer's YouTube where we was all talking about it and going from point to point to point, right? So, but the thing is that people on IG who are new to Elphaba aren't gonna go and look at the Observer. So it just looks like a lot of freaking nonsense, which it did. Most of it looked like a freaking bunch of nonsense. So it's just like, you might want to direct people to the thing that you're
You
responding
know what? We
to.
should do that. We should make a video being like, if you want some context of what Elphaba is saying, go watch this video on YouTube.
I've done that before. I've directed people to go to Reddit, go to the Observer on YouTube, go to Tattle Live.
I just think so people can make sense of the Instagram stories. Go watch the YouTube. When you hear a topic, go watch the Instagram story and just look. They're responding to everything. I did find it quite funny because you know when the pieces of the puzzle just start to click together, and you're like, hold on a minute, this is everything we're talking about. And I was like, oh my god.
But here's the thing that what gets me about everything. When he tries to respond, it's never anybody. It's never them. It's always everybody else is the problem. Everybody else is the problem. Right? No, he's never going to take accountability for anything at all.
Look at narcissistic behaviour. It's never the narcissist's fault. It's always everyone else's. You know, it's like if my mum's car broke down, I was a problem because I asked her for a lift that morning. You know, even though the exhaust pipe is being held on by zip ties. No, I was the problem. You know, and that actually happened, by the way. I got blamed for the car breaking down because she took me to college that morning. The car broke down at 10 o'clock at night. And I literally said to her, I said, what do you expect when the car is being held up by zip ties? No, it's because I dropped you off. And I'm like, all right, whatever. No one else's fault. Well, no, it's not their fault, but everyone else's. It always is.
Never is anybody else's fault but theirs. And I was like, and I'm getting tired of the evidence and the proof that they provide. None of it makes sense. Timelines don't make sense. Messages don't make sense. None of it makes any sense.
The thing is, right, with this Jenny situation, okay, so this Jade was imprisoned in 2015 and they served their whole 9-year sentence, which means they got out in 2014. If you go right down to the bottom of Jenny's TikTok page, she has been posting since 2023. And I know you're not allowed, especially, you're just not allowed these types of phones in prisons. You know what I mean? You're not allowed a phone at all in prison. Yeah. So how the hell was Jenny making TikToks in prison whilst also living in Spain and ended up on the English FYP?
Let's just say that this Jason Crocker, Jade Palmer, whatever it's called, right, is Jenny. Let's just say that's true. Elphaba announces this as sort of breaking news on her live. So how were we to know? And then he's acting like we've colluded with this Jenny because I left a comment and a few other people have obviously left comments because I saw them saying well done. I said absolute hero, and he's saying you're associated with a known rapist. Well, how were we to know then, Elphaba, if Jenny was hiding behind a fake account which you broke the news on, which is far from certain, by the way? How are we to know? What isn't the purpose of a fake account to be a facade? So people wouldn't make fake accounts if people could automatically and instantly tell who the person behind it actually was. And there was a comment on Reddit, and it's like these cam tours have ruined any reputation that they have if this Jenny is Jay Palmer, and I'm just sat there thinking, how? Because we've not tied ourselves to Jenny. I've never had Jenny in the box.
No.
I've never DM'd Jenny. My extent of involvement with Jenny is saying absolute hero. That's but apparently we've colluded, and some people on Reddit were running with that, saying that all the cam tours, it looks quite bad for us. But why does it look bad if how are we to know? And also, can I just say, it's just a massive aside from the point, because if you noticed, what he never did, he never actually addressed the post. He never addressed the post himself and the content of it. Never once. Never once. He never challenged the veracity of it.
Yeah, he has addressed the posters, but like not in that live, and he's called them transphobic. But you read the posters, there's nothing transphobic on those posters whatsoever.
They're very mild. Very mild.
Well, no, like you said, they never address the posters. They just come out with this, and all of a sudden, this is Jenny, which it's not. This is what it took us 2 minutes, to prove it wasn't Jenny.
Yeah.
Let's just say it is. Let's just say it is. And what, they did a good thing. We haven't colluded with this person, and we weren't to know. And we were applauding the posters being, well, some of us, can't speak for everyone. I applauded it. Do you know what I mean? I didn't applaud that person, and even if it is, how would I know? And again, what's it to do with anything? What is it to do with anything?
But this is the thing, though.
It's massive deflection.
It's a huge deflection. But now, here's the thing. When it came to the Pew Pew picture that they put up to do with Jenny, with JJ, what gets me about that is, so now Jenny is JJ. So the first is Jenny is Jade, and now this Jenny is JJ.
The thing is, that Pew Pew picture, Jenny was in a group chat, and they were all talking about ways, like you do in group chats. You know what I mean? Like,
just have fun privately.
It's banter. It's private. You don't expect it to go anywhere.
It's not public. It's expressly not public.
Exactly. And her husband, he does airsoft, so he has an airsoft Pew Pew, right? Someone in that group chat said they're going to run him over with a car. Someone in that group chat said they were going to hit him with a baseball bat. Do you know what I mean? An airsoft bullet can't do shit. You get more damage off a fucking paintball.
Well, exactly. Exactly. Also, what gets me about this is, if you listen to our conversation, I literally threatened my partner earlier. I'm going to be like, right, I'm going to whack you over the head with the baseball bat so I can get the life insurance.
Oh, I do it with Ash when he's pissing me off in town. I'll go, carry on.
Oh, no, you didn't piss me off. I was just like, it's how we show love. But I'm like, so my partner's now just going to run to TikTok and be like, he threatened me. Look what this disgusting person's done.
Orion can do more damage to Orion than an airsoft.
This is the same person. It's the same. Sorry to cut you off, but this is the same person, by the way, that's been bragging all week how they're brandishing a bladed article and they're ready to use it and things like this. At the sound of any cars pulling up, they've got this bladed article in their hand.
Oh yeah, and don't forget the police has given permission to defend themselves. No, I don't think the police meant you could jab someone.
She has 999 on standby.
They do.
So everyone does. Everyone does. If you've got a phone, so does everyone. They've all got 999 on standby.
He knows the call operators by their voice, and he knows their names now. And he's like, "Oh, hello, Sheila. It's just me, Orion again." Oh, Janet, is that you? Yes, someone's knocking upstairs in the flat. I think it's my stalker.
But here's the thing, though. You know what gets me about, like, the person that came in and was doing all these things, right? And they turned around and said, the person, like, he might be an unaliving threat, right? You know what gets me about that is, people do realise and watch that live. You know what he turned around and said before all of this happened, when they were gearing up? They turned around and said, I've got a object and a a grape whistle or something, right? So they were prepared if people come to the door. So tell me how that all wasn't premeditated and ready to go.
I'm sorry, but if I heard one of them alarms going off in a block of flats at 10 o'clock at night...
It's a fire alarm.
I think it's a fire alarm where I'd bang on the floor saying, shut the fuck up.
Well, back to what
I'd be like, oh my god, my neighbour's stalker's at the door. No, I'd be like, can you turn that off, please? I'm gonna sleep.
Back to what Josh said. She sat there and went off about how I have one ready. It's on the counter in case somebody comes in. And then when she realized that no one was agreeing with her, she got up and rifled through a silverware drawer for a few seconds to find a butter utensil.
It's also not America. You do not have, unfortunately, in this country, a right to self-defense, especially not premeditated. You do, especially with the bladed article, you just do not have that right. I don't agree with that, actually, but you don't in this country.
So let's say
you can. If someone burgles you and you do something, you're getting done.
That's what I'm saying. So, say someone was to break into your... Let's say Orion's so-called stalker broke into their apartment and was like, rah, I'm the stalker, and then Orion tickled them with the sharp utensil and they ended up in hospital, Orion would then get charged for, it's not GBH, ABH.
Yeah, they would, yeah. And
They get charged. It wouldn't be self-defense. No, it'd be like, no, you purposely, tickled this person with a sharp utensil. You're all getting charged. They'll get dealt with once they're conscious, but no.
But there was no conversation of any stalker at any point until when? The posters.
Yep.
Till when? The posters. Then all this lie came out, and then we were like, that person doesn't match that person, and that doesn't make sense because that person's not even in the country, and none of your stories make any sense in this life. So what am I going to do? I'm going to escalate, which is exactly what an ABUSE does. Come on, concern's picking up anymore.
We also address how this stalker is a trans woman, but he constantly misgenders them.
Mm-hmm.
You notice how he didn't play the transphobia card. He never once played it that live. It don't stop coming out of his mouth, but he couldn't use it that time.
The whole story is just a pile of shit.
The whole story doesn't make any... And here's the thing. This is where these lies are literally just piling and piling and piling. And I'm like, you do realise your pile of shit's literally just all going to come crashing down on top of you, right?
Just like his rubbish bins.
He brushed my leg on a bus.
Okay. Most
Who
people
was it, Ava? It was you who explained that, wasn't it? That sometimes you have to put your legs more together because, you have like a wide framing. I do it sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, your legs are more further apart. Sometimes you end up brushing against someone on the bus.
Yeah,
Public transport is going to happen. I mean, for Christ's sake, you live in London, you go on the tube, you see how packed that tube can get. You're almost sharing bodily fluids with people because you're that close on the tube.
Somebody made this point earlier, and it's like the whole story is bullshit because he sat there and he's like, he got mad because I wouldn't go to an afters with him. But then on the bus, he brushed it. What? If you're not going with him, then why are you on the same
bus?
Two, why are you sitting next to someone who you've already said gives you bad vibes?
And three, Jade's in Spain. If Jade is ever to come back to England, they're getting locked up.
That's a crazy bus.
I think he played a very clever game, though, if you noticed. He deflected by saying you're siding with a convicted rapist. He made a point of saying convicted because Ryan is not convicted of anything. So this is the thing, it's the standard. Well, I'm not convicted, but this person's convicted, so you've got to genuinely go after them, and if you're siding with them, you're the bad person, because it's a very clever thing that he did.
It's manipulation.
But you know what as well about the whole situation is literally, I think about 2 days before this whole live that Orion did, we were talking about trans people who affect the trans community, like Rufino, Elphaba, and we were talking about how some men in the judicial system will transition just to be put into a female prison because it's not as harsh as a men's prison.
Yeah.
And Jade Palmer was one of those people I was talking about.
But you know what's interesting though? Going back to what Ollie said, right? If you don't agree with E, you're agreeing with a convicted rapist, right?
Yeah.
Hey E, if he's watching, there's one clear flaw in your plan. That would work if Jenny was Jade, which they're not. You dumbass.
However, we can say that we are disagreeing with a non-convicted child pred.
Like no one's agreeing with Jade. It's complete. Like, it's so stupid because it's just like, oh, so I've made false connections between they made false connections between Jenny and Jade. So if you agree with my assumption, as in Alphaba's assumption, then you're agreeing with a convicted rapist. But again, no one made that assumption. It's a wrong assumption. So again, no one's agreeing with a convicted rapist. You're the one making that assumption, E. No one else.
Again, I will say, even if it is true, it's a very tangential thing to sort of latch onto. The fact that this Jenny's supposedly Jade, and then because Jenny's Jade, and we like the fact that this Jenny put up posters, we're siding with a convicted rapist. Do you know what I mean? There's quite a lot of steps to get to the. Do you know what I mean?
To get there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot of steps to get there, and this is all due. And let's be real. The only reason why this story even exists is because the transphobia card didn't work.
Yep.
And the
transphobia card didn't work because Jenny's trans as well. So the transphobia card didn't work, and in the posters they were calling Elphaba a she. So there was no transphobia in the posters. There was only the truth. So Elphaba couldn't run with the transphobia and couldn't run with anything else. So they literally had to concoct a story, and it's the most worst story you can come up with. Well, wait, what? Why? Like, whilst covering E for like almost a year now, I have never known anyone to be this obsessed with grape and SA.
It's as I've said before, there's several elements to it. So first of all, the first element is he thinks if he says he's been SA'd because he knows he's not attractive and he knows other people know that, he thinks, it's very twisted, but he thinks if he says that he's been SA'd, that will mean in his eyes that people must find him attractive, and it means that other people will think, oh well, if Alpha's getting SA'd and raped all the time, Alpha must be attractive. The second part of that is the victim status. It's well, I've been SA'd, so I'm a victim. And then the third part of it is the womanhood thing. He thinks it makes him more feminine and more of a woman, like it's almost a rite of passage to be SA'd as a woman. He thinks it'll make him seem more feminine in his eyes and in other people's eyes. There's three elements to it.
Yeah, but I can bust two of those. One, being an SA survivor, like it's like it doesn't make you a victim. I mean, it can do, but the thing is that like
it makes you a victim in a empirical sense, in a real sense, and it's something that you can latch onto. Well, I've been SA'd, so I'm a victim, and you are doing things to a person who's been through SA and things like that. Is something
who've been through it. We sort of go through. We sort of sit here and say, "I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor."
It's also a double card. Sorry to cut you off. It's also it's double-edged because it's sort of taboo to question people who've been SA'd. You know what I mean? You're meant to believe all victims. There's no innocence. You know what I mean? You just meant to automatically, in today's culture, you're meant to automatically believe them, and it's very taboo to question someone who's been question the story and the veracity of if they've been SA'd. So this is the thing, but he's just played that card too many times.
Yeah, and that's going to say every single time they do it, it's always somebody in a goddamn another country.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't make any sense. And then the other thing was, it makes him seem more of a woman. He does realise men get SA'd too, right?
I think he's aware. To be fair to him, he's probably aware of that, but he thinks, well, women get SA'd more, and it makes it made me look like a pretty little dainty woman that's been SA'd. I'm so helpless. I'm so vulnerable. I'm just a little woman. That's in his mind.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, and I think it's because men don't talk about it as openly.
Yeah.
To go back to Ollie's first point, so many of the lies that he drops are an attempt to make himself sound desirable, like he is desired.
Yes.
He goes out to the bar, a guy says, he could be standing there ordering drinks, and somebody just makes polite conversation, and to Orion, it's, oh, he wanted me. He wanted me so bad, and I turned him down. But It's delusion.
That person that waved their hand in front of the camera when Elphaba was recording, he very nearly turned that into an SA thing. You know what I mean? He was so tempted, you could see. He obviously he thought, wow, this is just too far. I obviously can't do it this time. But he was desperate to turn it into, oh, men don't know boundaries, and you know what I mean?
I think it's a superiority thing as well. I like to call it the Maria complex. You know, I know everything you don't. And I think he tries using that on men a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Just because of the way he talks and a lot of the points you've mentioned, Ollie, and you, Joshy, is just, it always seems to be one or the other, the men or the women.
And AJ is making a very good point in the chat. Like, when Juan first appeared in the Alphaverse, Elphaba sat there on live saying that she had a date. And he's bi, and he loves musical theater, and he bought her the ticket. And lo and behold, when she goes out that night, of course, Juan being attractive, she couldn't help but take pictures with him to make herself feel like she's desirable in people's eyes. And it all came crashing down to be a lie. You just went out as a friend. And Juan is very gay, but also AJ in the chat is our little celebrity of the day for being called out in Elphaba's Insta stories.
Oh, why did AJ get called out?
He,
We couldn't show it on live, what I will say.
Oh, was you the one that made them
yes,
not so kind comments?
Homophobic comments. I'll call them as what they were. They were homophobic.
Oh.
I think also there's a fourth element to it. He's very perverse, actually. Right? He's got very bizarre tastes and paraphilias and kinks and fetishes. He's got we know he likes scat. He's into vor, which is cannibalism. He's into slime.
Gunge.
Yeah, he's into being dirty. He's into being soiled. We know he has very disturbed, objectively disturbed. Like if a psychologist, did a profile on him,
fetishes. He's got unhealthy fetishes and fixations.
Yes, so I think that's another part of it. It's it's a sort of fetish for him. He loves to be the victim, and I think that extends into his sexual proclivities as well.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Arrestable kinks. Yeah.
But I'm not being funny, but if a psychologist did a psychological profile on him, it would be very similar to a lot of aerial killers.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar. The background, the sexual compulsions, and the paraphilias and the perverse thoughts, and the victim, the
obsession with the mother,
the issues with the mother. I was going to say that the mother thing. He's got an obsession with mothers. He's got a very damaged relationship with his own mother. He's not had a father there. He's not had a normal upbringing.
He's got a non-consent fetish as well.
Yes.
That's how I will word that.
So he's very dangerous. He's very dangerous, man.
Oh yeah, he's been called out a lot on all these things. Throughout the years, he's been called out on a lot of all these things. It's just this is where the fact, what gets me is, it was so peaceful for a day or two. It was so peaceful. There was no Instagram, there was no TikTok, there was no nothing. And then all of a sudden, they tried to make a sort of soft reboot to come back. And then boom, they're back. And it's like, oh god. Oh no.
So I wasn't following Elphaba closely during the Manchester era. How did he react the first time the posters were put up in Manchester? Was it a reaction like this, or
crash out?
It was exactly like this. He threatened to unalive Tony Official. He tried.
I saw that in the Observer. Yeah.
tried like he's done with Jenny, tried exposing Tony, which didn't work because obviously Tony has a big following for what he does. Like, Tony does these posters everywhere. He always calls out. He always, like, if someone finds out there's someone who's been done for SA in an area, if someone reaches out to him and is like, Tony, I need you to help me, Tony will go to that area, posters everywhere. And that's what happened with Elphaba. So someone reached out to Tony, told him everything that Elphaba's done. Tony did his research, then was like, right, okay, yep, I'll make the posters. Posted the posters everywhere, and Elphaba reacted the exact same way that they reacted this time. Literally rinse and repeat, like, to a T.
Was it worse? Was it better?
I'd say this time round was worse.
This time, I got that sense. Obviously, I wasn't there, but I've seen some of the clips on TikTok and the Observer. It seems this time is, really went over the edge about it, and I just wonder why. Is it because he's not in a?
It's because last year with Manchester,
he was in a better position.
He was getting like hundreds of pounds a day. He had all his supporters. He had more supporters than he had haters. Plus, at that time as well, the camp tours, we were all separate. We weren't joined up like we are now. And we were all separate doing our own things and stuff like that. So basically, he had the upper hand, whereas this time he hadn't, which has caused him to, shall we say, melt down more. Because last time that happened, people were like, oh, I'm so sorry for your offer. I can't believe this is happening. Whereas this time, people are like, I don't believe you. The posters are true. What you're saying is false. And yeah, so more people are against him now than they were then.
Do you know what gets me is he always says, as a sort of shield, there's families and there's kids and there's mothers in this building, but no one's going after them. And I don't understand why it would to go after Elphaba, right? I don't understand how that would implicate them. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing to do with them. They're not. Let's say all of Elphaba's fears are actualised, and there's a stalker, and people are going to knock on the door and find him. I fail to see how that implicates or affects them.
The thing is, this is where he doesn't. This is where you can see he isn't in touch with reality.
He's grasping at straws.
Yeah, as well, because the thing is, I don't think Elphaba has morals whatsoever, whereas we have morals, and we know if one of us was to go down there, we wouldn't go in the building and knock on his door. I'd stand outside his window calling him a PDF, right? But I would not go in the building and knock on his door because I know there are families there. I'd sit outside and wait. I'm not intimidating anyone else there. I'd probably strike up a conversation. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, it just seems like a shield. Say, well, there's kids, and I'm going to protect them.
He expects the worst out of people because he brings out the worst in himself all the time. If that makes sense, like he will go to the most extreme.
Yeah, like the families and the kids, they're not. Let's say someone did come to harm Elphaba. The other people in that building are not at risk because they're not after them. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, more of a danger to them than us.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what he needs to realise at this point. And this is what's shocking me is I'm quite surprised that he hasn't been bounced back to their mums, even though they can't go back to their mums.
Maria's not talking to him at the minute. Maria's blocked him at the minute.
I don't know whether I should be I think that's another reason why we're literally they have no support system. They have no support system, which you can be kind of, I guess, sad about it, I guess, but they've destroyed all the support system themselves, so Farmer's a bitch, huh? They've literally got no support, and the support that they do have is they're not going to outwardly support E because they get backlash, and the ones that do support E, it's like they're either whatever that Weaves thing is. Seems like they were just doing it to get a reaction out of people and succeeded. And then you've got others who will be in the comment sections but won't actually white knight fitty at all. They weren't actually like white knight fitty.
That's what I think he wants. He wants someone to stand up and protect him, like how we all protect each other and how we all stand up for each other. He wants that, and I do think as well, when we all banded together and obviously we all get on, we all help each other to the best of our abilities. We're a community now, do you know what I mean? None of us are going against each other whatsoever, and he wants that. I think a lot of it is jealousy right now, because of him, we've all come together, we've all formed friendships, you know, and
he talks about it.
Yeah.
And that's why he hates Riley so much, is because Riley came out, started Cam2ing, and has everything that Elphaba wants.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know? So, do you know at the old place in Acton, he claimed his mother had blocked him, but then I'm pretty sure afterwards, it might have been before, so please correct me. Afterwards, something, I think it was the one thing happened with Riley and Juan. Who was the first person that he called? It was Maria. It was Maria. Did he claim that Maria blocked him before? I believe he did.
Yeah, claim that Maria blocked him, but from the messages that I've been sent, basically Maria just not got no contact, but stopped replying. But she didn't block him, but she has now this time now she has blocked him.
That's the one thing I feel sorry for him for. It's the only thing, his family situation. He's got no family. His only family is his mother, who's a terrible mother. Do you know what I mean? Like, Maria gave him FAST. There's no dispute about that. It's none whatsoever. Absent mother. He had no father. Where are his grandparents? We never hear anything about his grandparents. His uncles, his aunties, his cousins.
I think Maria. Let's just say, I'm guessing Maria must have done some shit in the past.
Yeah, I believe that to be
why they're not around, which also explains why Nick, Orion's dad, wasn't around. Because you look right. A lot of behaviours in adults is learnt off their parents in childhood.
Yeah.
And you watch Maria, so there was a time when Maria was always with Elphaba. Whenever Elphaba moved, Maria was with them. And you watch closely, you can see Maria's very manipulative, Maria's very narcissistic, she's very me, as well as Orion. Which it does explain a lot of their behaviours.
She's the reason he's what he is.
Yeah, it's like, but the thing is, I have a narcissistic mother and a manipulative mother, but I'm not narcissistic and I'm not manipulative because I need to stray away from those behaviours. You know, and a lot of people who I know who have also been in similar situations have done the same.
Yeah.
I'm not excusing him whatsoever. What I'm saying is, Maria is literally his only family, and for that to be your only family, how terrible. You know what I mean? He's had no upbringing whatsoever. As I said, where's the rest of the family? The dad's side. Where's Maria's side? You never hear anything about cousins. We hear very occasionally about this half sister from Nick. And
the half sister met Orion once and then dropped all contact.
That's he's got no one, and that's that's the only thing. It doesn't excuse what he's done.
It is sad, but you've got to also sit there and think, like, what have you done for so many people, friends and family, to turn their back on you?
Yeah.
You can't be a good person if your own family turns their backs on you.
They literally had the entirety of TikTok, bigger creators, a network. They literally had it all, and they threw it all away. They had friends, they had in real life friends, they had everything, and now it's like, okay, and it's like this is where all the manipulation that they're trying to do and all this. That's the reason why when you look at it, it's sort of like he has no other coping skills, like to get friends or to get also relationships other than to manipulate.
Yeah.
That's,
It's like, don't get me wrong, I do not feel sorry
I
for
don't-
him one
I
bit
don't.
because
I think-
he's done this himself. But I do generally think he is lonely. He is very, very
Oh,
lonely.
that's
And TikTok
indisputable.
is the only company he has. But the thing is, he needs to. This is where he needs to seriously sit down and look at himself and go, "Why am I so lonely? Why have all my friends left me? Why do my family not want to talk to me?" Do you know, he has to grow as a person to change himself, and it's just. I don't think he wants to do that. He wants to just sit there and be like, "Oh, woe me, pity party for one," and he won't admit that. Like, you can't live your whole entire life being a victim. You need to sit down and look at your behaviours and change them for yourself. He cannot blame anyone but himself for the way he acts with people, the way he treats people, and he definitely cannot blame us because we are not the reason for his behaviours.
I will say, I think Maria gets off very lightly. As I said, he's got no family apart from Maria. That's Maria's fault. I believe it to be Maria's fault. She's, you know, she probably is the reason that he's got no family and doesn't talk to any of the other family members. And where is Maria? He's doing all these stunts. He's doing all these things on live. Where is his mother, which she knows is his only family? Where is she?
I think what it is Maria's at the point of Maria is accountable, but I think Maria's at the point of like, well, they're an adult now, and I've had to put up with this for years.
But
so,
she caused it. This is what gets me. She's the whole reason he is what he is.
Yeah, but if you look at E's behavior and look at Maria's behavior, if E is like the kind of person to be like, it's everybody else's fault, then
That's
Maria.
from Maria.
Then Maria is exactly the same. Maria won't look inwards and go, "It's my fault." It's everybody else's fault as well. So she's not looking at. She maybe not looking at it from the point of like, "Well, I caused all this." It'll be like, "Well, no, it's everybody else's fault," and I don't know how they became the person that they are.
Maria definitely gives off the type of parent that says, "Oh, you're over the age of 18, you're not my problem now."
Yes.
Maria gives off that vibe.
She's washed.
I think it's easy to forget as well that Orion dragged his mother around. You know what I mean? Like she can't go live on TikTok because he has control of her TikTok.
Yeah.
He was cashing out her TikTok and things like that. You know, like it just seemed like he was very controlled. I'm not, you know, excusing any of Maria's behavior. She raised him. You know, you get what you raise, but at the same time, he's a 6 foot something man, and Maria's tiny. You telling me he's never tantrumed and smashed up stuff in her house?
He's scared of Maria.
That's why she has no doors.
100%.
But I think he's scared of Maria. If you go on the Observer and you look at videos of them together, he flinches when Maria's around and when she's shouting. I think he's genuinely scared of Maria, and he's not learnt good habits about how to control his aggression and his anger and his behaviour because Maria doesn't. I just think it's the one thing I feel very sorry for him about. He's got no family, which Maria's doing, and she's abandoned him. And I just think what a disgusting thing to do, because regardless of what he is, he's still your son, and you created that monster, and you can't just abandon him. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've got no obligation to him, but we're not his mother.
No, exactly. She does need to stand up. She does need to stand up and do a better job.
Yeah, she does. And here's the thing, when you look at the friends that he's had, and you look at the relationships he's had, and you even look at when it comes to their subscribers, their followers, always, and I've noticed this with E, what he does is it's always
transactional.
Yes.
It's not just that, it's the parentification in everything, as in you have to do this because Maria, and here's where Maria, when he was at Maria, Maria did everything for them, and you could see that they cooked, they cleaned, they did everything, right? You could see that. May not have done it perfectly, but she did it. And that's the reason why when you look at E, you look at look at how he clings onto friends and clings onto people that serve them in some kind of way.
It's
And
transactional.
very transactional, and that it's like because they're looking for someone who is going to be their next parent. And if you listen to how they want what they want from a man, it's always to
caretaker.
protect me,
A
tattoos.
wallet. Yeah, a
Yeah, well,
wallet.
a wallet, money, and it's all materialistic, but it's almost as if they don't want a
Dependent.
boyfriend; they want
A slave.
parent.
They want a parent, a slave, a wallet.
Hmm. And somebody that will someone that will look at them and not tell them no, and that's the reason why words get blocked. That's the reason why in this recent thing we go from one extreme to the other. If you say no, we have the crash out of unaliving threats, we have the crash outs of all the things, because it's just like you say no, or that doesn't make sense, or that's a lie, it's instantly to the extreme.
The thing is, though, as well, right? So you look at last year. He had quite a few friends. He had like a little group going. He had quite a lot.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And back when he had those friends, he never threatened to unalive himself. He never threatened to SH. He lied about the SA and stuff like that. But I've noticed the more friends he's losing and the more lonelier he's getting, the more he's bringing out these unaliving threats, SH threats. And I do generally think it's for attention to get people to be like, oh, poor Elfie, it's okay, I'll be your friend. It's almost guilt tripping.
It is.
Like you now.
As Cody pointed out, when he got the butter knife, he was scraping the flat end against himself, right? And then when he thought he'd done something, like he thought he'd actually rip skin badly with the blunt serrated edge of the butter knife, his tone changed and he panicked and then he immediately stopped.
I don't think he wants to harm himself. I don't think he actually wants to.
No, he doesn't. No.
Never.
As someone who has done it in the past, I never wanted to show anyone what I'd done. I constantly keep it covered up. I panicked when my cousin, because me and my cousin used to go to the same school, I panicked when she told my dad. Because the first thought in my head was, he's going to think it's because of him. Oh, I'm going to get called this, I'm going to get called this, blah, 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 blah. I panicked. I would never, ever show anyone I've done it. Do you know what I mean? I never draw attention to it. But this is why we call him attention seeker, and this is why we do not believe his mental health is as drastic as it is, because he's doing it on live.
He's dangerous in his manipulation. We know that he manipulates the police, he manipulates friends, he manipulates the housing, the charities, the DWP, his viewers, his audience. I think he's very dangerous. Going back to what we said a couple hours ago about why some people jump on others who call out Elphaba even if they themselves don't like Elphaba, I think it's because they give into the manipulation of, well, Alpha's threatened to do something and I don't want the BLOOD on my hands, so I'm just going to blame these other people, should that happen.
He knows that as well. He put up a story today saying, if something happens to me, it's all on your hands.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. It's a manipulation.
I know full well, and the thing is that the thing that throws me is all of these situations are from E's own creation.
Yeah.
E's all own creation, and this is where when E throws these things in, the trans card, the SH, everything, I'm sort of sitting here, I'm going, E, maybe if you actually stepped outside of yourself for 2 seconds and actually listen to the people and actually listen to what we're telling you, you are lying, and we can tell you're lying because we have been there. We have been what you're trying to mimic on live stream. We have been there. And the worst part is we've been there at an even younger age than what E is now.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here going, you. We can spot the manipulation a mile off, just a complete mile off.
This is what I said earlier about the autism and the ADHD thing. Is we might lack social cues. We might not be able to tell the tone of a conversation, but what we can tell is when someone's faking it. An absolute mile off, we can tell.
Yep.
Because of the struggles we've gone through our entire lives, you know what I mean? Being called like attention seekers or too dramatic, too loud, too this, too that. You know what I mean?
Personal favourite, the R word. That's what
we are
master.
But at the same time, we have really good. What is it? It's not initiative. When you pick up on people, like I said this in the live the other day. We have a superpower, and I will always call it a superpower. We know if someone has the same condition as us, and we always gravitate towards them because we know they'll be more understanding than a neurotypical person. But at the same time, we also know if someone is faking it because they'll do like the stims and the typical things people think are associated to ADHD, but they won't do the little things that we notice.
Yeah,
it's called mimicry. You can tell when someone's. Do you know, like, so some animals would disguise themselves as other animals, but obviously we can tell that something's off.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you know, like the uncanny valley effect, where something, it looks almost human, but it doesn't look quite human.
Yeah.
And you notice that, you notice something's off. It's the same, you can notice in his behaviours, it's not what he claims. Because he does all the things he's supposed to, but there's just something off there that's is quite obvious as well.
It's not natural. It's very unnatural. So you look at, let's say we were to put all of us in a room, and the majority of us have ADHD or autism or both. One of us starts stimming, someone else will start stimming, and it'll become like a repetitive pattern. But it will be natural because that's just how our brains react. Whereas it's like we can stim without even realizing we're stimming. Like I didn't even realize I did that. I did T-Rex arms until Ash started giggling at me one day, and I'm like, "What?" He was like, "You're walking around like a T-Rex again." I'm like, "Excuse me, a what?" And he was like, "A T-Rex. You look like a dinosaur." And then literally a few days later, apparently, a lot of people walked around like that with autism and ADHD, and I was like, "I never freaking knew that." And he said I've been doing it the entire time through our relationship, which confused me the most. But is stimming? It's not. It looks so put on and like just purposely.
A performance.
Yeah, a performance. Yeah. It looks like a performance.
It does, and this is where it makes me It makes me really angry because I'm sort of sitting here going, "You're making a mockery, and you're mocking these conditions all the time," and it's like you're doing it to get attention or to do this or to do that, and it's like okay, but he's not the one that has to deal with that. He can turn off the live and just be like, "No, I'm fine.
Yeah,
he's not the one that has to. It's not like we can turn it off. It's not like we can turn it off.
I'm sorry, but the only way... Sorry, go on.
And I was going to say, boy, I wish we could.
Yeah. Same, like, if... That's why I get testy with people, people that come into the lives and stuff. I do get a bit testy, because I'm going to tell you right now, the only way I'm able to keep my cool is because he's left the tics alone. If he starts on the tics again, I will absolutely be relentless with what I say about him, and I don't care what people say, you know what I mean? It's painful sometimes, and it's awful. I have said awful things to people because of it, and it upsets me.
Evidently, Maria is still in contact with Elphaba. If you go and look at Elphaba's Instagram stories from about 50 minutes ago, they've organised to go and see Wicked together, the second part, and they put the picture up. So Maria and Elphaba are absolutely fine. The chances are that Orion is going back to live with Mummy Dearest.
No,
that wouldn't shock me.
I knew it was a con.
The memes will be coming. The memes will be coming.
Yeah.
Oh, they deserve each other.
They're both con artists. That's where he's
They're
learned
still
it
awake.
from.
They're putting stories up. I can guarantee you, they're waiting until they think the cam tours are in bed.
Didn't
And
you say goodnight?
Yeah, he did.
He's been
Like
itching
5
to go
hours
live.
ago.
Like hours
To go
ago.
live.
And he's been posting since.
Itching.
He's checking all his accounts. I can guarantee it. He said he couldn't sleep, so he's editing some videos or something, and he's dubbed his voice over Cynthia's, which is a crime in itself, really.
Oh, what? Oh.
Is he allowed to do that?
No, I don't.
It's
I
so
don't think so.
funny because when Cynthia was first announced, he was like, "No, I don't think it's a
Okay,
good
she's
fit."
right for the role.
He hated her, well, because he's a racist. But now it's, I love Cynthia. Cynthia's so iconic. Slay Queen.
Is this the person who's been commenting on Weeb's video?
I don't know. I think it might be. I think so.
Yes.
It is.
Yes, it is. That's someone
Oh.
watches us all.
Oh, it
All the
is.
cam tours. That was the person that watches all the cam tours. Implied that they're in the Discords and they follow everything in the Discords. They watch us for hours because they know how long we've been on. Tried to
Well, I'm sorry.
Dr. Razor.
Sorry. The post specifically is a picture of Orion and his mother saying, "And she's the absolute best, and I will be seeing Wicked on the 21st with her mum."
How
Hey,
coincidental is that we were talking about Maria
Yeah.
and Elphaba's relationship, and then boom, an
Posted it
Instagram.
an hour ago.
Literally, we were talking about it, roughly about an hour ago?
Yeah.
This makes sense.
He's watching.
Oh, TikTok
People get the
nemesis. How
box.
are you doing? I don't need to watch the cam too. It's all over your page. I mean,
Is
true.
it?
Well, if it's all over the FYP, that means we're doing a damn good job.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's I'm all over the FYP. That's nice. I don't know what you want me to do with that information, but alright.
You can always jump in the box, nemesis. Just saying,
Yeah,
we're actually not bad people, despite what you want to put out there. You can hop up in the box and have a chat.
Yeah, invite them.
I mean,
Well, actually, that's a good point. How long ago was that story posted?
59 minutes.
I was discussing probably about an hour ago his relationship with his mother and how I felt sorry for him. And bam.
sorry, I just like 21's question.
The Observer said that I think that the account referring to holding hands with the husband was Orion. I could well believe it.
Yeah.
We're also we were talking about Maria.
You guys need to come up with some new material.
Holly Kareem was the name.
The thing is, though, right, if Elphaba wants to get us all arrested, do you not think the police will search his phone and they'll find fake accounts? Because he claims to be trolled. Yeah, he's obviously got troll accounts.
That'll be linked and everything, so.
You need to remember, he's not as stupid as he makes out to be. I know for a fact he probably has a good account.
Oh, yeah. He will have fake accounts. This is the thing, though. He claims to be trolled, and then he's got fake accounts, and he goes and trolls people.
Elphaba
It's
down. If
not
you're
that
gonna
he
try and
goes
get
around
rid
and
of
trolls people, it's that he goes around and he puts himself in a situation where he's... How do you say it? If you don't like what people are saying about you, if I didn't like what people were saying about me, I would just detach from them. I would just ignore what they're saying. I'm not going to get any gain from it. Do you know what I mean? You're all acting like you don't lie or have a normal or criminal opinion. Okay.
TikTok nemesis. We went through the fetishes. Like, what was it? You're all talking like you don't lie or have abnormal fetishes or have
They all lie.
criminal past. Hey, I don't have a criminal past.
I don't.
Enhanced DBS if you would like to see that to prove I have no criminal past. Lie, can't possibly do it. I panic. Like,
And
shit. As for abnormal fetishes, nah.
Yeah,
I mean-
talked about mine on a live stream, mate. I'm not hiding.
like I said, I like a man in uniform, like a bit of leather, what? At least it's not the other things.
can happily say scat is a boundary for me.
Yeah.
Just having a crush on fictional characters on pages written in words can't affect.
I do partake in the devil's lettuce, but I will say it's completely legal where I'm at.
Or a
So,
blizzard. Yeah, probably about
what's a
two times
blizzard?
in my life.
Even
The
lettuce.
amount,
Would
with the
not- I
amount
don't.
of pain, I mean, constantly. I'd love to take the devil's lettuce, but I can't. What's a blizzard, by the way?
I take the devil's
think you mean-
lettuce for
no.
my insomnia, and as you can see, I am still awake, hence I have no devil's lettuce. And as for snow, no, darling, not as often as Elphaba.
We've not come at Elphaba because they've done snow or
We've come at them for talking
Eve,
about it openly
because-
to minors.
because everyone's done that. Everyone's done that. I've done it a few times. You know,
Who
everyone's
isn't
done that.
Faustin?
Everybody's got something. Nemesis. Listen. Because I'm actually curious. I am curious about you in general, right? You know, just as a generalization. Of course, we've all got, but we're not the ones throwing rocks in glass houses here. We're not posting it all over. I'm not on live filming my life every single minute of every single day, and we're not concerned about what Orion is putting in his body. Is the best way I can put it. We don't mind what Orion puts in his body. It's the people that he's talking to about it.
Let me articulate the reason why. The reason why is because he's a dangerous man with very disturbed and perverse sexual behaviour, habits and tastes, who's got a history of reckless and dangerous sexual behaviour, including accusing people. He's always HIGH, and he uses this as a crutch. And it's not just because he does those things. Everyone has done those things. It's because of who he is and the context behind it as well.
Also, I'd like to
You're now moving on to the next thing.
Oh, it's fine.
You would
I
just
mean,
shut
I
up
am.
about that, and then you just
Yeah.
ignore it and move on to the next thing.
I am on here for 5 hours, but the difference is I'm not on here singing and talking to underage people.
I mean, like, this is the longest. I mean, I normally don't do long live streams, so it just okay. Like, it's not really a comeback
I'd
that
like
you think
to
it is.
just add as well, the devil's lettuce is in the process of being made legal for medical use,
Ooh,
such
no.
as depression, insomnia, PTSD, pain-related problems, bipolar, believe it or not. So it's quite. What's the word? You know, where it's accepted, basically. No one really bats an eyelid if you smoke
It's
green.
basically
No, here's the thing.
decriminalised.
Nemesis, I can't judge whether you're more educated or not.
That's a comment that Alpha would make, by the way.
No, it just all I'm asking is that you hop in the box and have a conversation. I don't care if you're Orion. I don't care if you support Orion. Have a conversation with us, person to person. You don't have to do it here. I can literally give you my Discord and we can have a private chat.
There's
Okay.
a reason these people never get in the box.
I know.
Let's give them a chance.
I wish they would. I wish they would just have the conversation. We're not going to rip your head off. Nobody here is doing that. And I said it, I've said it numerous times. Nobody should be doing that. We're about education. We're about awareness. So if you have a different point of view, right, and you want to educate us, right, please jump in the box, have a conversation, message me, drop me a DM if you don't feel confident actually, or you can't talk for whatever reason, right? You know, please drop me a message. We can have that conversation.
Josh, can you invite them up? Like, can you actually click on them and...
They might be on private, so it might not work.
Not on private, just check.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, they can do.
Their bio as well. Hold on. Where's the camera? There it is. Is a little bit sassy and a lot snitchy.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, look, I love a bit of sass. Come on, hop in the box.
How do I actually add people to boxes on this thing?
You just
I don't support
their
Elf, but
profile.
I have spoken to them. Yeah, like you're victim. I'm not a victim.
Well, no, we had to
Never
like
said I'm a victim, sweetheart.
of...
Victim of what?
I'm not
of
too sure,
what?
but I've never perpetuated that I'm a victim on here.
None of us have.
None of us have ever said that we are victims. None of us have ever said we are a victim. Victim of what?
We
I
say
mean,
that
if
we have
you
the
want to
things
talk
that
about
Orion says to have, but that's not making us victims. That's speaking our experience on what we have and correcting people and what it actually is. Doesn't make us a victim. None of us have cried over
Can
it.
I say that when you click on that account and follow it, do you know the first person that suggested accounts to come up is Quirky Cat?
It may
This
well,
account's only...
may well be Quirky Cat, by all means. Still, I'm not against a conversation, a calm and controlled conversation.
Yeah.
Can we stop it? Right, can we just take a minute? Stop attacking them in the comments for a second, because we're not about that. Hop up in the box. If you're quirky, darling, if you're quirky, I would love a conversation with you. I'm genuinely just a conversation.
Yeah, we're being genuine.
If it's anyone, you can come up.
You don't. That's fine. I would still like to hear from you. If you're not quirky, you're not Orion, that's fine. I will trust you at your word. Please do pop up and have a conversation with us.
Good morning, Jamie.
Morning, Jamie.
Morning.
Hi, Jenny.
Good morning.
I know. That is the thing. It does seem sus, and I'm sure Nemesis is intelligent enough to know that they're coming across as sus, and I think that's their intention.
Okay, I don't know why you're saying you're not male either. Okay.
That's fine.
I don't know why that was a point of contention, but...
What was the point of contention?
They literally said, I'm not male either. No one has come and said
I don't really mind what gender you are or what you choose to identify as. All I ask is that if you do hop up in the box, please just let me know what your feelings are.
I mean, we could be waiting here a while.
I mean, that's fine, but...
Honestly, we won't start.
No.
We won't get aggressive.
You're not calling me out, Nemesis.
We're not being called out.
You're not calling us out. We were having a conversation with you.
How do you think you're calling us out?
Calling us bullies isn't calling us out. Saying we're sat here for 5 hours talking about someone who we raise awareness on isn't calling us out. Calling us out would be if you had our deepest, darkest secrets. All you've done is come in here and make a statement. There's a big difference.
That's not calling people out. That's just thinking, yeah, and like the... yeah.
Why don't you just come in the box? We won't be aggressive, we won't be rude, we won't be nasty.
We will all mute.
Nemesis, come and say it to us.
Hang on. Can I ask what you want? No. Hey. So, wait, hang on. Wait. Where did that come from? Again, you're making generalized statements, and here's the thing.
We're not talking about razor blades.
Still in here, but razors, not us.
No.
You made the statements towards us. Not razor, us. Not Ray. You make all these statements aren't aimed at Razor, they're aimed at us.
All I'm going to say, Nemesis, is if you can sit there and act the big bad person in the comments, you can join the box and you can talk to us in the box. Each one of us will mute and let you have your say, and we will give you back a reasonable argument. No shouting, no screaming. We will talk to you like adults because that's who we are.
Okay, you work in the music industry. Nemesis, if you have a different point of view, I would love to hear it. I would love to hear what your argument is against it. Okay, I'm more than open to opinions. Everybody here has said that they're open to opinions.
Yeah.
So, hop up.
Yeah, and okay, so because that's where your interest started, okay, my interest started with autism. So, and that was last year. So, as in my interest started last year, but like, okay, I don't see what the point is. Again, you're making these statements that aren't aimed at Razor. They're aimed at us. So you're making generalized statements about us, but then you want to say about Razor, and now you're saying, well, that's the reason why, because of what Razor. Okay. Okay. Again, okay.
No, hungry guy.
Yeah.
Orion claims it's the other way around, that his mother did that to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just remember it's 2 p.m. where I am, so stop thinking I'm Elphaba.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Again, I'm not interested in...
We don't know what time it is where you are.
Yeah,
So what's that have to do with anything? Because that's very...
Because people in the comments
bizarre
are
thing to
saying
say.
that it's Orion, and they're obviously saying to back up their case that they aren't, and that's fine.
Just because you're in a different time zone, that
Okay,
doesn't prove
okay.
anything.
Okay, again.
Okay.
You haven't answered the points, though.
Nemesis, can I ask you a question? And it is a genuine question, and please, I'm asking people not to jump on in the comments, just for a second. What exactly is your problem? I think I'm understanding why you may have a problem with Razor, right? Whether I disagree or not, right? It doesn't matter. Why do you have a problem with us?
I don't think they're going to get in the box, right?
No, but I would like to know why they have a problem with us.
The invitation's open.
Yeah, the invitation's here.
Can record lives. What, like the Wayback Machine, but for TikTok
Why
lives?
do you spend all your time obsessed with this person? Don't like them, then scroll. I do, but
What does that have to do with? What does that have to do? You apparently got into all of this because of Razor, and because you've got an interest in the music industry. What?
You've literally just
does that have to do?
yourself right there. You said don't like the person, just scroll. Yet you are in here and commenting on videos, doing the exact same thing.
You said you
Is the same reason why hunting communities go after PDFs and dreamers and essayers. We are doing this because Orion has scammed hundreds of thousands of pounds out of people going towards a transition that has never happened. He has threatened violence against many of us and people in the streets. He is a dangerous person. He's non-approachable because he will scream at you and he will threaten you. He talks to minors. He has scammed money off minors.
No, hang on.
There's a fake cease and desist, which is legally fraud, and one of you posted it on this app. There was a great many people who posted it on this app, Nemesis.
And by the way, Nemesis. Right, you know what Heather's just listed out for you and what people are listing out in the chat? Guess what? You know the cease and desist? That was what, I want to say 2-3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, okay. Right, now go back 5 years. What Heather's just listed out has been going up over the past 5 years.
Okay? The thing is, though, if it is fake and Razor is invented it all, first of all, it would have to be an elaborate con on all of us. The ones that are friends with her. It would have to be an absolute elaborate con that she put in the work for 2 months just to have this endpoint of having a live about the cease and desist.
Yeah.
And second of all, she'd be sued into absolute oblivion because it is fraud. You're absolutely right. It's fraudulently.
It's impersonation as well, I believe.
It's drafting documents which don't exist. In a fraudulent manner. So you're absolutely right. So she would be sued. She'd be absolutely ruined.
Wait, hang on. Go after the minor's parents.
Do you not think we've contacted the parents? Do you not think we've actually, when we found the child's account, we have gone to contact the parents, and the majority of those parents didn't even know their child had bought coins on TikTok to gift Orion? Mm-hmm. And a lot of parents thank us.
Can I just say that
a lot of parents watch us and block Orion from their kids' devices because of what we do.
Can I say that you just jump in from the one thing to the next? Like, you will say something, we'll address it, and then you won't. You just move on to the next point of attack, the next attack line. You just
Okay.
move on and on.
But you could do that. You could do that in a box. If you feel like we're going too quickly, you can tell us to slow down. Like, you know what I mean? You
More
could
than
do
welcome
that.
to come in the box.
Can I just say to the hungry guy, the reason I believe this cease and desist is real is because Razor would have had to play an absolute elaborate con on us personally, a lot of effort, you know, weeks and weeks and weeks of befriending us, gifting us. She's gifted us loads. She's, you know, we spoke to her, we've literally become friends. We spoke to her for hours, all for the purpose of setting up this live on one of our platforms to air a fake cease and desist for reasons which are not entirely clear as to why she would fake it and would be very silly for her to do so. It would have to be quite an elaborate, bizarre, and very damaging lie.
Yeah, but what's getting me now is TikTok Nemesis, you're changing the conversation.
Yeah, how would they buy coins on this app unless the parents gave them the money too? If you link an Apple account or a Google account, which most parents do for their child's phones, they do not give their child their own account, they link it to their account. The card is already on that account. If they have the password, they can buy the coins just like that without the parents knowing. It's very, very, very easy to do. Yeah, and there's treasure boxes where they can get coins as well.
Yeah.
A lot of children nowadays as well have their own bank cards. They can do it that way.
Yeah,
I had my first bank card at the age of 12. So,
I'm
and I'm 36 now.
This is just showing how uneducated you are on a lot of things.
Parents' cards are often linked to the children's apps, so they can buy like games if they see a game, or if they want like a loot box on a certain app, or they want, you know what I mean, they want to buy this skin.
As well, don't forget, children get pocket money. Children still get pocket money in this day and age. It's just not given to you in cash anymore. It's put on a card.
Yeah.
Elijah, my eldest, he gets an Apple gift card and he can use that on his games, and that's it. You know,
And also just remind people in the comments as well, just to, because I don't, the C&D is very controversial and I appreciate that, but did we not resort to calling people stupid? I mean, there's going to be a split of opinion on that. We've already gone over this. Like, please don't. Like, I don't know.
Hang on, wait a second. Wait,
Keep
keep
justifying
justifying your persecution. If it helps you sleep at night. Okay, let's actually break this down. Okay, right, 300 grand over 5 years for a transition, right? That could have gone to trans people. Guess what? They've now committed suicide. Because they never got the support and the help.
What I
Right?
don't understand it. Yeah, go on.
And also, not just in the trans community, the autistic and ADHD community. There are people that have not got the support for years. He could have gone private with that 300 grand.
and the mental
And they committed suicide as well.
What I don't understand is, can I just say this? What I don't understand is, how have we gone from, I started this because of Razorblade, I'm interested in the music industry, so this is how I started all of this, to, I don't like Elphaba, but you're persecuted. None of this adds up. None of it.
It doesn't
None of
add
what
up.
you're saying.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
how do
add
we go from Razorblade to I'm not an Elphaba fan to you're all persecuting her anyway, and none of this makes any sense.
What don't you understand? Since who
blocked you?
you're gonna need to be specific with that one.
Yeah, tell us what your other username is then.
Why don't you understand? Since you blocked me for calling you out on post. Again, who were you saying that to? Is it somebody in the chat or is it somebody on the
You've not
panel?
called me out in a post, and it's not me, because I only blocked you yesterday after
I don't believe it's
comments. So
I don't believe it's me. Oh, he's talking about you.
Well, you're not on about me because you've not actually called me out, and I've only blocked you yesterday because you're in that Weeb's comments. So I don't know what you're on about.
Oh, okay.
Not many people get blocked in my lives. Like someone on Reddit said, someone on Reddit around the time of the C&D, I think it was a day or two after, they said, oh, anyone who questioned the C&D, they got blocked. And I went through my block list and there were 6 people blocked that live, and I was on live for I think 3.5 hours. So that's one person blocked every half an hour. So I don't block people, and I don't allow my mods to block people just willy nilly.
Okay.
But that's separate to what you're saying. You're saying, again, it's completely separate. You're saying, since you blocked me, and now you're going on about Weebs, because yes, Weebs called you out, and rightly so. What? None of what you're saying makes sense.
It doesn't.
You,
Again, you could come up on the box, but you're not going to. Like, at what point? I don't. What point are you trying to make here? Because clearly you're not going to win. Just to let you know. You're just saying that you're not a fan of Elphaba. You're sitting here defending Elphaba. To high heaven. So, like, what's the point?
I don't think they're defending Orion.
I think they're going on about the C&D, right? Now, the C&D...
Yeah, I think they're more calling out us for the things we say and do, I guess. I might be mistaken. It's difficult to tell.
They didn't start with the C&D. It didn't start with the C&D.
been all over the place. All over.
It started with, why are you guys doing a live stream for hours and hours and hours? That's how this started. So it didn't start with the C&D.
Yeah. Also, I understand you don't care if you don't win. Personally, I don't see how this is really a win-lose situation, Nemesis. You don't like being called out for your terrible behaviour. Personally, I don't believe that I've done anything terrible on this app. I don't believe that anybody else has done anything terrible on this app. But please, like, tell us exactly who's done what that's been terrible.
What's been terrible? I mean, we can go through the list of what other people have done.
Well, no, they're not talking about Elphaba. This is the problem. They're talking directly to us, right? So let's just forget Orion for a moment.
Okay, let's forget about it. So, what terrible things have we done then?
This sounds a lot like Quirky Cat. Do you know, like screen recording our lives to get evidence and stuff? Do you know what I mean? Because she did that, and then
What's in the Discord server, sweetheart? Can you just be a bit more specific, if you can?
Go for it.
I was saying mine's fine.
Just something a little bit more specific to go off of, because I'm a bit confused.
We're gonna need to be specific.
We've seen it all. Okay, again, I would really like
to... That's avoiding what you... We've asked you to name what have you seen that's...
Even just one thing,
we want you to tell us what this terrible behaviour you're on about.
Yeah, what terrible behaviour you said you
rectify that and correct it.
You've just widened it. Well, you just tried to say, well, it's everything, but...
But if it's just because we come to and raise awareness, then
no, I don't think it is Orion. I'm with Violet on this. I don't think it's Orion.
I'm not sure.
The pictures, the comment, the pack mentality. Okay.
So nothing then.
Well, no, I mean, okay, I can understand, but you call it a pack mentality, and I call it people who have the same opinion based on what they have seen from certain people on this app.
Okay.
So pictures of Elphaba, which is just pictures of Elphaba, the comments, what comments are so horrible, and the pack mentality, well, it's sort of self-selecting. People are going to join our Discord servers who don't like these people. Do you know what I mean? People are not going to join who love these people. It's a self-selecting thing.
But also, okay, so if people didn't have a place to talk then, what do you think's going to happen? Oh, they're going to be in Elphaba's live.
They'll be in Elphaba's live, yeah.
So which way do people want this?
and
What?
criminal. I think they mean criminal. There's nothing criminal.
Nothing's criminal. And okay, prove it.
Yeah.
I want the police at my door.
Yeah, I mean, there's police officers in that Discord. There's ex-police officers I know in Riley's, and I'm pretty sure the same people are in Oliver and Jammies. So, you know, we do tend to touch base, and we're allowed to have an opinion on things. It might not be an opinion that everybody agrees with, but we are allowed to have opinions.
Heaven forbid people get pissed off.
This sounds like Lottie.
I
bet they're going to say hate speech. I bet they're going to say hate speech, because other than that...
Okay. So, wait,
No,
hang on. You just put Preds. How? See, now we can screenshot that and take it to the police.
Well,
You just called us all predators.
no, because
Prove
here's
it.
who. If you believe that there's predators in the Discord, if you could please let us know who they allegedly are, so that we can actually get rid of them. You know, as long as you've got evidence, of course.
They've gone from pack mentality, pictures and comments, to there's predators.
Fucking hell, this is like fucking playing fucking...
It's like talking to Mystic Meg.
No, it's fine. I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Eventually, at some point.
No, I mean it's fine. I mean, I really don't want to go into a slanging match with this person. Obviously, they seem a little confused.
They've been very polite. They've been very...
I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
This does seem like Elphaba, you know, just throwing
Elphaba,
everything
right?
at the wall, seeing what sticks.
If you could even...
My chat's filtered in...
That's just a TikTok.
That's a TikTok thing.
Nemesis, you're more than welcome to message me just now, either here or on my main, and let me know. I promise you, it's only going to go to the people who are in charge of those servers. It's not going to go any further than that. But we would like to know.
Yeah, can I just say there's no filters on the Discord, and on my live, and I'm sure Yap's live, we don't have any comment filtering on. We turn off everything spam, the spam filtering. We turn off every single thing. We make sure there's no block word. There's no block words in mine. There's absolutely nothing. So anything you can't say in my live is down to TikTok, because I've turned every single thing off that you can turn off. Everything. So you can literally say whatever you want, and if you can't, that's due to TikTok's inbuilt moderation.
I don't think they're gonna get in the box.
Yeah, I don't think they're necessary. I don't think they're comfortable getting in the box for whatever reason. I don't know if they were worried that we would recognize their voice.
I don't know.
Morning, Sassy.
Morning, Sassy.
Possibly. We know you're a girl, and we know that you're from Australia.
Or do we know that?
Well, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. You know?
Yeah.
Razor did say that she had someone. She's like been after her, you know, before she even came on our TikTok and got involved.
Yeah. The profile is against Razorblade. I can see that fairly well.
Okay, so if they were against Razor.
I mean, AJ, but I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt. They would have to be in Canberra. I don't want to go. I'm not saying that I know you, sweetheart. I'm just saying this is what I know of you from what you've told me.
I mean, Kylie Minogue, well.
You hush up, Jamie.
Jamie, get in the box.
I mean, Razor's DMs are open, right?
You seem to have taken
Razor has said numerous times that her DMs are completely open for questions, and she will answer within her ability, given the NDA in place.
You seem to have taken a dislike against us all based on Razor, but Razor's her own person, and we like Razor. She's a friend, but she's also open to answering things, and her DMs are open.
I don't care if you don't believe me. I'm not associated with anyone. Okay, that's. Do you know what? Great. That's music to my ears. Please, just have the conversation with us then. Have the conversation. You can be specific about what your problems are, because obviously we won't filter you in the boxes as long as you don't get a violation or something for whatever you're saying. I know you probably know how to choose your words, so hop in the box. We will mute. You can say your bullet points. You can say whatever you've got written down or whatever, and just let us know.
Like, okay, but like again, what gets me is this whole thing started with you coming in saying we're all bullies, we're picking on Elphaba and all this stuff. Nothing. Okay.
Razor likes and has mentioned the band Melrose Avenue before.
That's fine.
That's
And again,
fine.
I'm not calling into question your gender, your preferred pronouns, or anything like that.
That's fine. Okay.
Can I just say, I think this person's really not very well. They claimed
He's very
Very
quiet.
quiet.
those. Hold on.
I'm just getting the job though. I just think they're very quiet.
I think he's going on his studio, probably with his mic or his phone.
That happens to me sometimes.
That's why I use the iPad nowadays, is because I can hear everything so much better than on a phone. I have to plug my headphones in.
Cold shiver. Ugh.
Popular.
That's
Johnny's
very
back.
big.
And Johnny's back.
Go on, Johnny.
Tell a friend.
Can I just? I think this person just is not mentally well. They've been claiming for weeks that they're going to do this massive exposure on Razor, and they've just done nothing. I've messaged them personally; they've ignored me. I just think this is somebody that's either not well and they're looking for some sort of attention, or something's just not right. It's somebody that's on this app that has an issue with just everybody in general.
Nemesis, I don't think it would be claimed as doxing if you just showed it privately to somebody. I'm sure I can get Razor's permission, no problem. That if you do have proof or whatever, you have proof of anybody in the Discords, I'm pretty sure we're all more than happy as long as you're not sharing it publicly into the public domain.
We are having two separate conversations, I feel.
Sorry, I'm responding directly to what they're saying, so if I sound a bit...
No, we're not. It feels like we got called bullies, this, that, and the other, and we do all this, and then we got Razor, and I'm just like, there's two different conversations going on, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, true, Katie. You can redact a bunch of stuff as well. Nemesis, if you don't feel comfortable, again, what people say in my DMs stays in my DMs, unless I feel it necessary to let people know.
What did you say, Ren? Like, it takes 10 minutes. Yeah, like, okay, so why don't you take this up with Razor? Would be a good point. But, okay, I don't know what you're trying to prove, or...
I think it's just somebody that's trying to get some sort of reaction out of everybody. They're going to just keep pushing and keep pushing. They're not going to provide any evidence. This is what they want. I think the best thing to do is just ignore it.
Right.
You do get these type of people coming out of the woodworks. They'll come out for like a week or two. They'll troll, they'll harass, and then they just bugger off after a while.
But do you see what I mean about regarding Camtoon and awareness on Elphaba? It only ever happens regarding Elphaba. No one else. We've never had these issues with CLA, Rachel, Carrie, Karina. Never.
I can't. The chat is filters my. You can drop me a message, Nemesis. I don't know if you're more comfortable doing that, but you can drop me a message and I can read it out within my best ability. You know, unless it's got something that might get me a violation.
Ollie, I just want to say I agree with what you're saying, because we said it the other day in the live. We said no one ever calls us bullies when we're countering Rachel or CLO.
The people in the comments,
It's only ever.
but it's only ever in the comments. It's never like that. Do you know what I mean? It's different. I agree. It's weird. Why? There's not. Sorry to cut you off, but there's not this like gatekeeping, this like purity testing, this turning on each other, the nastiness and the I've been around longer and I've done this and you're not doing it right. There's never that with the people who do like Camtoon CLA or Rachel or anything or any of these other people. It's only ever in regards to there's just so much drama regarding the Camtoons and awareness people and then people sniping from the sidelines on Reddit and wherever. It's just I just find it very strange.
It's an interesting dynamic. It's very, very interesting. It's just
again,
so,
nemesis you. You are your own person. That's fine. No one's saying any different. Sorry, Joshua.
No,
go on, Heather. I'll cut you off.
Me?
Yeah, I'll cut you off.
Oh no! I was just saying, literally what you've just said. It's literally what you just said. Like we never get any of this regarding any of the people we come to. It is always and only just when we speak about Elphaba.
Hey, Nemesis. Here's a little bit of, a bit of psychology. Not psychology. Here's a bit of thing for you, right? You're telling it's JD. It's a JD. To pack it in, right? Didn't you just turn around and say to us to stop talking about E and just ignore? Right? You told us to all ignore. You take your own advice.
Very hypocritical.
This person just caught something out. Pack it in is something that we say around my ends. Because there's women from Britain in my chat and they don't. It's a very
I was thinking
northern,
that's a very British thing, isn't it?
It's not even just British. It's a very like northern Midlands thing to say.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's more generally British.
Nemesis is fine. If you're not around, that's fine. Just ignore the comments saying you are. Okay? I'm speaking to you, darling. Okay. I'm asking. DM me what you want to say. If you're not comfortable coming in the box, I will read it out. Providing it's not anything too crazy, obviously. If you just keep it to factuals, then just drop me a message or message my name.
I do find that very interesting. Packeting is something that I say and people around the say.
That's what my mum used to say to me all the time. Pack it in.
I say it to my kids when they're bickering and arguing. Literally said it yesterday to them.
I've never heard Australians or Americans or any of the other Anglosphere people say that phrase.
Otherwise I'm going to give you a slap.
Wreckage, do you say pack it in Australia? No. It's not. No.
Could be someone that watches that like, yeah.
You might originally be from there. That's fine. You're really avoiding. You're avoiding me though at this point, Nemesis.
Either post the proof, not post the proof. Send the proof to.
Send the proof over to me.
Send the proof over, so that we can see.
Or send what you want to say that you can't hear, and I'll read it out.
Yeah. I'm from the West Midlands, originally from the West Midlands. I no longer live there now. I'm out of love, sink me through. Let me out
Pig.
Oh my god, no, don't. Oh. Ooh, Lady Gaga. I love Lady Gaga's songs.
To be fair, I always compare Leanne Mann to Pepper just because of the amount of outfit she's wearing. I'm like, ooh.
It's pink like Pepper.
We've been trying to have, and open conversation,
I am
but you
open.
won't get in the box.
We haven't blocked you. You've been here
Nemesis,
for what, a good hour.
I want
You're
to
not
hear your
blocked.
opinion. I want to hear your side. I am telling you, my messages are open. I can't hear your side and your opinion if you're not giving it to me, darling.
You're not
Sounds like something
blocked.
does there.
We can see your comments, so clearly you're not blocked.
It's just gaslighting and reiterating things and the random jumping from one point to the other and the nonsensical BS, and it's a very
They're
Elphaba
absolutely boring. How long, if Elphaba goes back to Maria's, how long do you guys think she's going to last there?
Oh, I give it a month tops.
Don't know.
Yeah, I think
I don't think she can, or he can rather, because Maria's been told she's not allowed to have him living with her.
Well,
because
No,
of
because they're over there to 21
she
now.
doesn't care
So
much for the rules, so
Yeah. Well, yeah, true. But then all it's going to take is people to report him.
And with the way she sings, it's not going to take long for people to report.
yeah.
Even if he does go back, though, he said multiple times the reason he can't go back is because people know where that is. So if he does, we all know it's out of desperation.
No.
Desperate to get out of London.
Unless Maria's moved.
no.
Oh,
I
that
doubt
could
it.
be-
I don't think she has the money for that.
I'll get in the box for 2 seconds so you can hear my accent to prove I'm not them, but that's it. That's fine, Nemesis.
That's fine.
That is absolutely fine.
I just
If
don't
you
think
want to
Maria
stick
has the
around,
funds
you
to
can
move.
do. If you want to stick around, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, wait, Jamie dropped.
I'm asking everybody just to remain very, very calm and very polite. Same in the comments.
Yep.
Jammy's
Yeah,
coming
just
home
waiting.
in a minute.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too long, though.
I don't think so, but I'm willing to hear this person out. I'm a little bit curious.
Oh, no, I meant about Eve being Maria.
Oh, sorry.
No. Yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
Let me drop them a message so they know where my DMs are. That's good. Let me message you.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can hear you.
we can hear
Right.
you.
I'm not Elphaba, and
Okay.
like you know, like you are a bunch of trolls and a bunch of bullies.
Okay.
Okay.
Why do you believe that?
I mean, like you sit there and you call him a hey, right? But like you're invalidating the non-binary community doing that, because you cannot tell a non-binary person they are not a male if they have the female parts. They're not going to get surgery. They call themselves trans.
Oh, no, hang on.
Wait,
Sorry, can you slow down just a little bit? I'm sorry.
That's how you should be respecting their pronouns, and you keep calling them a he. They identify as female. That's their gender identity.
Well, that's
Right?
right. They can do
Right?
that.
No.
one else
Stop.
is
Let me
obligated.
speak. Let me speak.
Okay.
Right? Let me speak. If you turn around and tell a non-binary person they cannot consider themselves as a boy because they have female parts,
Okay.
that is disrespecting their gender pronouns,
Okay.
which is what you're doing
Well, that's
when
fine.
you call Elphaba, and I'm going to call them Elphaba because I can call myself Princess Fluffy Cakes if I wanted
Of course you
to,
can, but they
and
want-
identify as a fucking piece of toast.
Okay.
Of course, but
That's
no one's
not your
obligated
decision
to
to make.
play
That's
along.
their decision.
Well, yeah, of course it's their decision, but
So,
no one's
you know-
obligated to play along with that.
No,
Okay.
you keep disrespecting their pronouns.
Yeah.
They identify as a female.
Okay, but here...
I just don't care.
Are you not getting my argument? Are you not
I get
getting
your
that?
argument.
No, I get the
I
argument.
fully
Wait.
get your
Gay
argument.
person, and I
just
know
don't
you're
care.
gay.
Right.
Hold on.
As a
Yeah.
gay
Listen,
person,
calm
you should
down.
understand that.
Calm
Which I
down. None
do.
of us are shouting at you, so you
I
don't need to shout at us.
I fully
There's,
understand.
a lot of us have
Like,
reasons
right.
as to why we use he, him pronouns with Orion.
How about you start lifting them
No,
up
no,
instead of
no.
dragging them down?
No, you're not going to.
All you want to do is drag them down. I think I heard a comment said by Quirky that anything they ever do is never going to be good enough for you. Why don't you try lifting them up? Why don't you try encouraging them instead
did.
of dragging them the
I
fuck
did.
down.
We have
I
all
did.
tried. We have
That's
all
all
tried.
you're doing with your cam twos in your lives is you are harassing, bullying, affecting their mental health. And I don't care if you don't like my argument. My argument is completely valid.
Nemesis, I would
What
like to
about-
respond to your argument, if that's okay. I can tell
Stop
you.
dragging them down. Lift them up.
Nemesis,
Encourage them.
Hang on.
Nemesis,
Nothing,
I
don't
can hear
worry.
you're very upset, okay? And I understand why. Genuinely, I do understand why. Okay, I tried lifting Orion. I'll say Elphaba. Okay, I don't.
Oh, not hard
Okay,
enough,
okay.
obviously, because you
All right,
sit
all right.
in these lives absolutely bashing the shit out of them.
Nemesis.
Absolutely.
If
And you know they listen.
Please, let
And
me
you know
speak,
they listen.
Darwin. I need you
And
to
you
let me
cannot
speak.
say none of you have had past indiscretions that you are sorry for doing, but never apologise for.
Nemesis, if you give me a second, I'll explain. I did
Oh,
support
have I proved that I'm not Elphaba
Nemesis.
now? Have I proved that?
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
you have. Nemesis, I need you to just to give me 1 second, okay? I'm just asking for a minute, all right?
I am angry. I am angry. I have seen your Discord. It
I
is
know.
disgusting.
I know. Okay, that's fine. That's your opinion. All I'm saying is I
The
did
Nazi
support.
references,
Can you shut up, please, 1
Photoshop
second?
pictures, the comments to go turn around and
mute her, mute
turn up to London and
Nemesis.
accidentally meet them.
None of us have
Nemesis.
met him. None of us
Nemesis,
have got
I
to
have
London.
spoken to Orion before, in Elphaba, in DMs before. I have offered them help. I have given them helplines. I even donated £100 back in the day, thinking that I was helping this person to transition, and I watched them. I watched them go.
But everybody's journey is different. I know people that have been on their transition journey for 20 years.
Yes, but have they sat there on a live and asked people for thousands of pounds and then spent it on designer?
Why are your gifts on? Why are you all getting gifts then?
Because at the start I supported this person.
You're all profiting from this.
I'm not profiting from anything.
Wait, hang on. Wait, hang on. Wait, hang on.
You're going to be awareness. You're not awareness. When people are aware of who they are. People are aware of what they do.
Wait a second. You just turn around and
You're not some kind of new age movement.
We never
We don't want to be.
I didn't say it was a new age movement, but anyway, what you've just come out and said is, right, there's a huge difference. Do you want to know how there is a huge difference? Elphaba did it under the pretense that they were going to transition. They took money under the pretense.
Wait a minute. Imagine, no. People turn around. Like, this is the exact thing that the problem that you've got with this. They may have said that at the start, but they have said they have needle phobias. They have medical phobias.
Oh my god, this
Okay.
is... But Ian,
And you keep saying they don't have HS. Well, that little person who posted their medical records, HS is clearly on their medical
Elphaba
records.
posted the medical records.
Elphaba
Yeah,
posted
and it
them.
has HS on it.
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
So,
actually.
and I know for a fact,
It has acne
is it you, Ollie,
vulgaris.
or you, Jamie, keep
It
saying they don't have HS?
They
They
don't
do have
HS.
HS.
No, they don't.
No,
It's
it
not,
doesn't.
that
Yes,
wasn't on
they
his
do. It
medical
is on their
records.
medical records.
It's not
It
on
is
his
on
medical
their
records.
medical records.
What was on
Go
his
look.
medical records was acne vulgaris, which is cystic.
No.
acne.
It is
Yes.
HS.
I
No,
can
it
promise
isn't.
on everyone's
They
live
added
here.
that.
HS
They
was not on
added
that
that
medical
text
records.
to it.
No, they did not.
I can.
Look, I've spoken to him. And you keep calling them Paul. Paul's not thinking. Go and ask Maria. She'll tell you. She will tell you. That's not their middle name.
Okay.
I call them
From my
Elphaba.
perspective, I see a young person who took 300,000 Great British pounds on the premise that just please let me finish, okay? Because we're not going to get.
But then I'm going to turn around and tell something that's going to make you think.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're very, very welcome
stop.
to, but just let us speak.
Ollie, just yeah, like £300,000. Now I understand that they have a medical phobia, right? That's what they said, right?
They have a needle phobia. They have stated that very clearly.
Absolutely, I will take that at face value, right? I myself don't like needles. However, why did they then go and spend £300,000 and now they have nothing for that transition? Do you not think it would have been wiser for them to have a savings account?
And think about it. As somebody who grew up without no money, right? They grew up in the council housing, didn't they? Right?
I believe so. I
They
couldn't
get all
possibly
this money.
guess.
No, it's like a lotto winner. A lotto winner will turn around and they will piss that money up the wall and have nothing left and think, what the fuck did I do with all that money? Where did all of it go? I did that myself. I had an inheritance.
Oh, understandable. Look, they were very young when they
I
got
was
money.
like, shit, $100,000 does not go as far as I thought it did.
No, not these days, certainly.
Right. They didn't have, they lived in a council estate. They had nothing. What the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to treat themselves. And they're going to keep thinking, I've got all this money. It's going to last. And then all of a sudden they realize it's gone. It's gone. What am I going to do with it now?
Genuinely. Can I ask you a question, genuinely? Have you, when you've said you've spoken to Elphaba?
I have spoken to them, yes.
No, I'm not disclaiming whether you've spoken to them or not. I'm just asking, in what capacity did you speak to them? Like, was it a telephone call?
I offered them advice. I offered them help. I turned around and I said, stop going live for a while. Go away. Fix yourself.
And I agree with you 100% there.
I said, go to the doctor, get some mental help, fix yourself, and come back. And
absolutely.
Do what you said you were going to do.
Absolutely. Have they taken that advice?
Well, I know they've been staying offline. I said you need to stay offline for a while. You need to stay offline.
Listen, I don't disagree with you. I think
the thing is, they can't come back in a capacity that you would like them to come back in unless you stop hounding them. Stop with the lives.
Would like them to not come back.
Stop with the posts. Stop with the picking on.
You're
basically picking on them constantly.
Okay, they're never
gonna get better if you don't start trying to lift them up.
Every single person here will testify that I have said it from the very beginning.
Now, you know what?
Please, you need to let me finish. I have testified from day one, okay, where my opinion changed of this person, and I said they need to take.
I'm not Orion. If that person can stop saying that, because you can clearly hear that I am not Orion, Alpha, whatever they want to be called.
Honey,
I am not. Can they stop saying that?
I have said, Elphaba.
No, you're going to keep saying it, you can clearly hear that I'm not them.
You cannot control other people.
Of professional help. And I do think that they need to take a long break away from all social media. I'm not talking just TikTok. I believe all of it. And they need to go. And I don't want them to return as Elphaba. I want them to return as who they actually are. Not a character, not the person.
But there's still a problem with that. Nothing they do is going to be good enough. They'll come back and you'll still find problems with them.
No, I won't. You have my word.
Yes, you will.
You have my word.
If
Nemesis.
they genuinely change, if they take accountability.
Even if they genuinely change, you're still going to find a problem.
No, I wouldn't. You're
still going to call them ugly. And I've heard you calling them ugly.
Yes.
Ugly. They're troglodytes. And I've actually witnessed when you were saying go and call them Gruffalo and Gremlin and Horror Pig and all that. I saw that.
Not me.
Can too. Like, if you're ever going to want somebody to get better and get themselves the help they want, stop with the trolling. Stop with the bullying. Stop with the name calling.
But the thing is, though,
lift them up. Don't drag them down. They have mental health issues.
Okay. They had 2 years of people doing nothing but lift them up.
No. You need to stop. Because right now, what you're saying is
you're making yourself all out to be the victim. I'm so triggered.
No, we haven't.
They tried to harm themselves. Oh no, I'm clean from self-harm for 2 weeks. I heard that comment. That was fucking laughing at us.
We've not said that.
Now, basically, what you're doing now is
I have had severe mental health myself.
Well, we know
in the past.
Okay.
Right.
And I'm sorry.
Okay. Right. Let's break this down. Okay.
Right. I had nobody.
What a shock.
Okay, right.
Wait, no.
Wait.
I grew up with a narcissistic mother.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, right. Here's the thing.
Don't even say what a shock.
No,
because a lot of you can probably associate with what I grew up with.
I understand. Just take a few deep breaths, honey, because I can tell that you're really upset right now and you're obviously very angry.
Here's the thing.
I am angry.
You are angry, but here's the thing, right? What?
Because I know what you're doing and what it causes.
What about what it
Causing
causes all of
himself.
us? What about what he does
Don't
causes
watch
all
it
of
then.
us?
Turn it off. Scroll on.
But we
You don't
What are
have
you
to
doing
watch
right
it.
now?
But
can say
you
the same
don't
thing
have
about
to
you right now.
facilitate it either, which is what you're doing.
We don't facilitate
All
it.
right,
We take
all right,
views
so-
away from
You
them.
do facilitate it. You can to them. And
Yeah,
you
we
make
take views
nasty
away.
ass comments while you're doing it.
Hang on, I don't come to them.
And that upsets me.
I don't come
Because
to them.
you know that they're going to hear about it or they're going to watch it.
Okay, right. But here's the thing. So when it comes to E, and
I was on your side of the fence once, but I'm not anymore after what I've seen with your
Can I
campaign
ask why
groups.
that is? Can I ask why that is?
I saw like the begging and all that. I don't like
begging. We've never begged.
online.
We've never begged. We've never begged.
She's talking about
It's the biggest
Elphaba.
bag.
She's talking
None of
about
us has
Elphaba.
ever asked for gifts. None of us has ever
talking
asked
Oh
about
for
no, I'm
Elphaba.
saying I was on your side about the begging issue.
Yes. She's talking about
Okay.
Elphaba. Everybody
Right,
calm
that is the
down.
thing I don't agree with.
Okay.
I've told them I don't support beggars. I will never support beggars online. I work hard. I work really hard.
Okay. And
And I said, people online do not owe. I said this to Alpha. You people online do not owe you a living.
abs, and you know what? You're 100%
Not a
right
job.
for that. You're right.
Not a job in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely. But I'm asking, what put
And
you?
I said, but if you want to sing online, sing online. If they want to give you that, that's fine. But do not make comments like this person did this to me or I have this. Stop self-diagnosing.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I told them
valid.
that.
Yeah,
You cannot
yeah.
do that. But I don't. A lot of you are probably guilty of the self-diagnosing.
Nope.
I know I am. I know a lot of people are. People get online and go, "Oh, this is what's wrong. I've got these are my symptoms,
I am.
and this must be what's wrong with me." Everybody self-diagnoses.
But that's
I
just
agree.
the
I
start
agree.
of it. That's just one in hundreds. Of
And
things.
if they think that they might have autism or ADHD, let them think that, because eventually, you know, they may find out that some people don't get diagnosed till they're in their 40s,
Absolutely.
50s.
You're quite right.
you
But the
don't.
problem that we have at the moment is, and I'm not saying
But
this.
no,
to you.
and, but
No, please,
they
please,
don't
please.
get diagnosed, but they will still
No,
claim
no.
that they have it.
No, I'm not saying. No.
Right,
What
but
I'm
I'm just
saying
saying,
is-
I'm telling you, these are
Right.
arguments. You
Nemesis, honey, you're not letting me get my thought
Right.
out before you're combating me. Okay.
I'm just so
Well, I'm-
worked up
I
about
know.
this because
I know. I can tell.
you
darling.
blocked everybody who has
No, we haven't.
an opposite argument
haven't.
to yours.
We have not. No.
That
No.
weeb, she
Okay,
had
not
a
true.
completely valid argument. Absolutely valid argument.
And yet we have you in the box. Okay, what I'm
Right.
saying is the issue with the autism and ADHD that a lot of people have.
You're not,
is
I'm
that
not supporting
please stop,
pedophile
please
because that
stop,
is not
please
a
stop.
proof. You cannot call
Please,
somebody a
Nemesis,
pedophile unless they have been criminally
They can't.
proven
True.
to
Ignore
be
the
Jimmy
one.
Savile,
Okay.
Jimmy Savile wasn't convicted criminally,
No,
but
Okay,
he's
stop.
recognised as the
It's
biggest.
just-
Stop.
Nemesis. The problem we have with the autism and the ADHD is that they are using it as an excuse
Malinga.
for things
To
that
malinga.
they you. I don't know what you're diagnosed with, sweetheart. Okay, so I'm not going to assume. All right, but you can't fully sit there and say that everything they have done is purely down to the possibility that they may have autism.
Yeah, so like there is every chance that they do, and it's I would say it's probably 95% possible that they do have it.
No.
He has
know what?
fetal alcohol syndrome.
Living
He doesn't have
as
that.
an autistic
It doesn't
adult.
matter. They are comorbid. They can be comorbid disorders. You cannot say that they don't have one without the other.
No, you absolutely can. The fetal alcohol syndrome can have a lot of symptoms.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they
Autism.
don't have it. That does
Well,
not mean
because
just
they're two
because you
separate
assume
things.
that all their problems are that. There are things called comorbid disorders. One does not come without the other.
What I'm saying is fetal alcohol syndrome covers most of the behaviours he claims are autism and
Yeah, but
ADHD.
but he can have both. He can have both. Open your mind.
Okay, he absolutely.
Possibly
she
could have both,
absolutely
but-
could. But what I'm okay. So let me just. circle back
You
to some
just said he
points.
possibly could have both.
He could.
Don't just chalk it up to fetal alcohol syndrome.
I'm not. I'm agreeing with you.
No,
Can we
yeah,
circle
your other
back
little
to-
box friend there is.
Hold on.
Okay. Can I just
Hold
circle
on.
back to some other points that you've made? You had a problem with the C and D. Would you mind going into that?
I know who Razorblade is. I know her name. I know her where she lives. She's not a millionaire. She's not a semi-retired tour manager. Nobody in the music industry knows who she is.
Okay.
How do you know this?
Pass her up.
Because I used to be a band manager, and I also have worked in the music industry
Okay.
in the past. And I have a lot of
Okay.
contacts in the music industry. And I have asked them myself if they know who she is, and they said no, and that's not how a music industry
Do you
cease and
understand
desist
that we have to
works.
take you at face value the same way we had to take Razor at face value, so we might not believe you?
Well, you cannot believe me, but the breadcrumbs on Google will prove me right.
Okay. but-
Absolutely.
She has no digital footprint to be what she says she is. No
okay.
LinkedIn page. There's no mention of her anywhere online other than an Instagram page, which she took down when she realised I'd found it.
Right.
And there was a Facebook, which she changed the name, the name on the Facebook. It's still Razorblade, but there's a Twitter page that's
Okay.
called Razorblade with the same photo. I found quite a few things from her little arts and crafts business that she had. So, you know, the minimal digital footprint there proves that she's not who she says she is.
Okay.
Can we let Razor
If there was a
just
tour
join?
manager,
Razor's just joined. Can we let Razor in this?
digital footprint they've worked with.
You can, I can drop Josh.
She
that's
won't
all.
join. Can everybody just stop talking over one another? She will not join. She's got a broken nose.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, stop talking over each other.
I'm not riding no cloud train. I have not got any money for any. I don't want followers. I don't get money. I don't want nobody's gifts. I work hard for my money, and I don't rely on anybody. So stop saying it's for clout, because it's not for clout.
Okay, TT, hi. I'm a fellow Aussie. How you going?
I know you are, and I think you're disgusting. You're a big old man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Acting like a high schooler on a
I didn't
app.
come at you. I have no viciousness towards you. I'm just saying hello. I don't know
But if
why
you've
you're
been
attacking me.
listening,
I
you'll
don't know.
understand that I have some very,
No,
very
I just
valid
came
points.
in now. I just came in now. That's what I'm saying. I just
Very
came
valid
in.
points.
I just came in, and I saw you up there, and I'm wondering. Okay, I have seen your name before, but what's the viciousness for? What did I do
So I'm
to you?
angry at the lot of yous.
Okay,
Okay,
but
well,
one second.
what did I or anybody else do to you?
As I was telling them, I used to be on the other side, your side of the fence. But lately, the hate train is packed to the brim on your side. And I don't want to be on that side.
TT, I want to make a point. You, and a bit earlier, you turned around and said to Ollie, right, that when it came to the FASD and autism thing,
right,
that Ollie couldn't diagnose Elphaba, and people shouldn't be saying that about Elphaba, right?
No, I said he cannot just chalk down what's wrong with them to the one specific thing. Because
it's a tangible one.
Things like FASD come with comorbid disorders. There are other things that would be wrong with them as well.
Right.
But he's going, no, it's just FASD. No, it's not. It's not.
That's the only tangible thing that we know.
Is a comorbid with FASD. So is ADHD. So is ODD. So is BPD. So is a lot of other ones.
There's many issues that are comorbid with it, but you know what I mean? Because it causes damage to every single system in the body.
You can't yourself specifically say that he doesn't have any of those.
And you can't specifically say that he does.
You don't know.
Right, and this is where the argument comes in, because if people can't say that about E, then what gives E the right and to literally do all the things that they're doing and saying, well, my behaviours.
So my argument is, why don't you start lifting them up? Why don't you start finding the positives? in their behaviour
Where's
What
the
happened
evidence?
years ago?
helping them.
You message children, so
It's a long time
No, no,
ago.
no, hang on,
Where's
hang
your
on, hang
proof?
on.
Where have you got
Mate,
proof of these messages?
Yes, you celebrated
Until you
it.
have
You celebrated
actual,
it, getting away with it.
Wait a second.
nobody has any proof. That's just
Wait a second.
hearsay.
You
It's all
celebrated
all over
hearsay.
the FYP.
Wait a second.
It is all hearsay. No, it's not even on the
Wait a
FYP. I
second.
It's on the FYP. I share the video
Wait
all
a
the
second.
time.
It's on The Observer, Tattoo
It's on
Live, Reddit,
DJ,
TikTok,
Validated Bean.
Everywhere.
Twitter.
There are people on here that their parents have made their accounts for them that are minors.
Okay.
These people, you accuse them of accepting gifts from minors. They're not in control of who gifts them.
No. He's
They are not in
no. We're
control
not
of
talking
that.
about gifting. We're not talking about gifting.
But you keep acting like gifting is a crime for them,
No,
but
no,
not for you.
No, it's
That
not.
they cannot control who gifts them, but what they can control is turning
Not
their live
encouraging
onto 18 plus. So these
Yeah,
minors.
but that doesn't make it 18 plus safe. That does not, because I made an account that doesn't have a age verification or anything, and it just you put your age in, and they go on your say so. And I went into an 18 plus live.
But
What's
the anger? You have
them.
so much anger. I don't know
I
if
do
it's
have
from
anger. I
a
have
mental
been
health
sitting
problem
here
that something is connecting with you. That
for weeks.
because people
It's
are
not, it's
attacking
not, it's not. It's the
Orion,
way you
you
treat-
feel responsible because you are part of that community, or is
I'm not
it
part of that
something
community. I'm
deeper?
sorry. I am not part of that
Even if
community.
you were.
I am not. I'm Switzerland, mate. Switzerland.
You are not Switzerland,
All I'm saying,
sweetheart.
I used to
You
be on the
are
side, your
fucking
side.
Germany at
I
the
used
moment.
to be.
You are fucked in the head.
Oh no! Listen to me. I used to be on the side. I told you. I do not support beggars. Beggars are disgusting.
Well, that's
It's like
the
sitting on a
contention we
corner,
have. We
begging
don't
for
have an
money.
issue
But then
with her
you
getting
turn around,
gifts.
they
No, we don't
wanna
have an
sing
issue with her
online.
getting gifts.
They want to
That-
sing online and get gifts. That's the same as standing on a corner
I
busking.
agree. Listen,
But the thing is, you're
Nemesis,
screaming at
Nemesis,
everybody.
I
You're not
agree.
Because
talking.
you
You're
Nemesis,
you
screaming.
don't listen.
my
You
God.
No,
need
I
someone.
came in here and
have
said
been
hello
listening.
to you, and you screamed. You
The
screamed at
minute
me. The
that
first
weak
thing you
person
did
came at
was
you,
scream at
oh
me.
my God, they're a troll. They're a clout chaser. They're
No,
an attention
That's
seeker.
not. No, I discourage people from doing that. So just listen to me for a second.
She is a trans
Nemesis.
woman.
Nemesis.
Weave is
my
a trans
God.
woman.
Nemesis.
And Weave
Debatable.
Nemesis.
doesn't support Elphaba either, but they do are against your behaviours.
Nemesis.
Same with me. I'm on their team. Your behaviours when you came to you is disgraceful.
And that's
Absolutely
your opinion.
disgraceful.
You
The
are
things
entitled
you
to your
say.
opinion.
Do you know what a trans
What I've
woman
said, that's not
means? Do
true.
you know
Vile.
what transition means? It means
What
you're
I've-
in the process of transitioning
No,
from
it
one sex
doesn't.
to
No, it
another.
doesn't.
Yes,
This
it
No, it
does.
person
doesn't.
has done
Educate
nothing.
yourself. No, it
You
doesn't.
educate
it
yourself.
does.
This
Go
comes
look up
straight
on
from
Wikipedia.
trans
It is
people.
not medically cut and dried.
Nemesis. I'm
People
going to
do not have to
darling.
medically transition
No.
to be considered transgender.
That's what I mean.
You
There's
are telling
something
a
more here.
non-binary
I don't
person
know unless you
who
talk
is
quietly
biologically female,
and
they cannot
peacefully.
identify as
We
a boy
can't
when
settle
you
this
say that.
unless you bring the volume down and discuss it at a level that everybody is comfortable with. You're
Yes.
probably freaking Josh out. You're freaking all the other people
I
out.
don't really give a shit because
Of
you're going to
course
make
you
yourself
don't, but
out to
everybody
be a
else
victim
here
when
does.
people are
So hold on,
calling you out.
hold on. We've got to walk on eggshells, but you don't.
No, I don't. I don't
There we go.
because you
Oh,
know,
There we go.
I've just sat and I've watched and been quiet.
Well, we're upset.
for
We're
weeks
upset.
on this,
Nemesis.
and I
We're
am
upset about
absolutely
Elphba's
horrified.
We're
Nemesis.
horrified
a
about Elphba's
community
behaviour.
Nemesis.
that is supposedly full of trans and gay and that
Yes.
are trying to drag somebody down.
What, because
Right,
they're trans?
Nemesis,
Well,
I'm
let me
going
tell
to
you
repeat
right
this
now
to you.
that no one is obligated
Let me
to
tell you right now,
validate
no, no,
someone
no,
else's
no, no.
pronouns.
Yeah, no, get rid of her. She's
Oh,
there's
no
let
something wrong
me
with
tell
her.
obligated.
you, no, no, no.
There is something
Hold on.
medically wrong with her.
I don't answer to little
Nemesis.
Wait.
fans like you.
Nemesis.
Nemesis.
I'm asking you to listen.
Breathe.
They've had.
I have listened, but you don't listen to
Nemesis.
me. You
Josh,
just
We
make
have
an
listened to
argument.
you.
Ah.
We have.
Nemesis, I'm trying very hard to stay calm here, darling, okay? Because I really don't want to upset
Why don't you just
further.
take a bit of my advice and just try to, like, you
We're
know,
not obligated to. We're
find
not
the
obligated
positive.
to.
Like, lift them up. Stop trying to
Nemesis.
drag
People
them
have
down.
done. People have done.
Nemesis, can you
Stop
just
saying the
calm?
shit you say when you can too.
Nemesis.
Have.
Don't lie and say we never sent people
We haven't.
into their lives to say
Never
this
said-
or say that.
We've
You
never.
did.
Called them.
You
We've never sent
did.
people into a chat to talk about helping or whatever you said.
I'm not talking about this self-humble shit, because you did do that too, and I saw that you were saying.
No, we didn't do that. No, we
Spam
didn't. No, we didn't.
Spam do it. Spam do it.
No, we did
The
not.
thing
That's
is, the
absolute-
thing you. No, I was there.
That's slander. No, that's not. We've never told someone. Why would? Do you know how incredibly stupid that would be for us to do that?
When they said
How
they were in the live
incredibly
and they
stupid
said, "What do you
would it
want
be
me
for
to
us to
do?
do that?
You want me to hurt myself?" And you said, "Go in there, Thingo, and say, do it." I was there. Don't lie about it. Don't deny it. And it's probably on. Someone's got a recording of it somewhere.
Yeah.
If you can remember the date, I'm sure that Ollie has the recording of the live as the TikTok studio.
Yeah, you're going to need to go through hours and hours because you sit.
That's fine. No, listen. If you
and why do you keep trying to tell him to get a job? Do any of you have jobs?
Well, you probably
Of course
don't.
we
so
do.
let's be honest.
Jesus.
I know you do, Pezza. I don't think you do, Ollie. I don't think you do, Jamie. I don't think you do,
I've got
Heather.
a part-time job.
I don't think you do jobs. I don't think half of you have jobs because you sit online all day.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
not true. I'm
I'm
working
not
online
a
this whole
fair
week.
trader. I've told you, I don't
that's
want
neither
money.
here
I
nor
don't want
there.
followers. I don't
don't-
want any
And
clout.
it's neither here nor there.
I am here with an opinion other than all
Okay.
your little clout chasers that doesn't want the clout. I
You
just
deal
want
with
to
a
put
box
my
cutter at
opinion
the moment.
forth.
Nemesis,
And
listen to me.
that
No,
what
stop,
you're doing.
stop. Nemesis, do you not think that people
Who
would be
is
more
going to be
aware?
responsible? Who's going to put their hand up
Please
Let
stop.
her
as
talk.
responsible?
Please stop. I'm asking you to stop, Nemesis. Genuinely, I understand that you have a different opinion. I'm not ever going to tell somebody not to have a different opinion.
You don't like people who
Shut
have
up.
different opinions.
No, I
You
don't.
call
I
them
don't.
trolls
No,
and
listen.
We don't
clout
have to
Nemesis,
like
I
your
don't
opinion,
have-
but
shut
we've
up
given you the
for a
space
second,
to
please.
air it.
Oh
We've
my
given you the
God.
space to air it.
Stop.
Seriously, we've given you the space to air it, but what I'm asking you is take it down.
Well,
a notch.
I was accused of being
I'm gonna
Elphaba,
keep
but I'm
talking,
not.
Nemesis. I'm going to keep talking,
Okay.
Nemesis, and you will listen, and it will go through at some point. If you approach people with this attitude of bah, 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 I'm going to yell, I'm going to get upset. I know you're feeling a certain type of way, but there are more polite and there are much more graceful ways of getting your point across in which people would be more willing to listen
I'm
to
not
you.
an Elphaba supporter. I have stated that.
Oh, mate, she's not even listening to me at this point.
Josh, just mute
No.
Nemesis a minute. Let Yap say what she needs to say.
If you come on here, okay, and you are softer, if you are softer, and if you are much more gentle with how you approach things, like I have been with you, that's why you came up into the box. You came up into the box because we were graceful with you. We wanted to hear your side of things. However, if you are going to sit here and call people names, okay, and call people disgusting, okay, we're not getting nobody here is going to give you any credit, sweetheart, because you're not being what you're advocating for. You're advocating for kindness. You're advocating for gentleness. You're advocating to lift people up, all while you're calling people names. Take a breath, okay? I am so sure that you have a lot of things going on right now, and you obviously are very hecked up. You're feeling a certain type of way, okay? And I have said to you, I am willing to listen to your point of view and respond accordingly if you will give me the good grace of doing it. If you are not, then please go about your day. Don't watch our Cam 2s. Don't watch any of the videos, okay? You can stay and watch Elphaba, okay? And you can support their singing. For the record, if they were just coming online and singing, okay, and having and that's what they were doing, and they were getting, you know, some gifts for that into the box because we were graceful with you. We wanted to hear your side of things. However, if you are going to sit here and call people names, okay, and call people disgusting, okay, we're not getting nobody here is going to give you any credit, sweetheart, because you're not being what you're advocating for. You're advocating for kindness. You're advocating for gentleness. You're advocating to lift people up, all while you're calling people names. Take a breath, okay? I am so sure that you have a lot of things going on right now, and you obviously are very hecked up. You're feeling a certain type of way, okay? And I have said to you, I am willing to listen to your point of view and respond accordingly if you will give me the good grace of doing it. If you are not, then please go about your day. Don't watch our Cam 2s. Don't watch any of the videos, okay? You can stay and watch Elphaba, okay? And you can support their singing. For the record, if they were just coming online and singing, okay, and having and that's what they were doing, and they were getting, you know, some gifts for that, I have no problem with that. We all here have a problem with the other things they do online, i.e. drinking, taking certain substances, self-diagnosing out the wazoo, using terrible, terrible things that they have no claim to as victim cards and as shields. I cannot have a conversation with you, and nobody here can either, if you do not take it down a notch, okay? Take a deep breath, have a wee drink of water, all right, and approach the situation diplomatically.
Well said.
Mushrooms in the chat for Yap.
Oh, you don't have to do that, it's fine.
Okay. I think I've got this mute thing down. I think I've just muted her, I think.
Give me 4 hours.
Yeah, you can't unmute them, but you can mute them. And I would much rather that we didn't have to do that. Okay, because obviously, Nemesis, you're very upset, you're very worked up, and I'm not disagreeing with your emotions. You're allowed to feel what you feel, but you can't lash out at people like that.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just trying to...
You have to invite her to unmute, and then she's got to press it.
Wait.
I can drop if Misty wants to come, but
No, Misty's busy, darling.
I'm not responsible for what happens.
No, Misty's busy just now.
I think that the microphone apparently is off when I click on it, so I don't know whether, like...
They have to unmute, darling. They have to unmute. So, Nemesis, if you can hear us, you can press the microphone. If you click the little multi-guess, it'll say turn off microphone or turn on microphone.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to be patronising, darling. I'm just... it's a bit complicated. I get a bit messed up with it sometimes.
Radio.
Yeah, this one you have to press your photo to mute and unmute.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing. You got to press your photo or press the multi-guest.
But I do have one last question before I have to go.
Okay.
Who is going to put their hand up as being the responsible party when they take their own life?
Elphaba.
Wow,
because they're a 20.
No.
You have to, because you're the one.
Nope. Elphaba.
They never will. They never will.
They will.
No, I guarantee you, the kind of person that this person is, they love themselves too much to ever take their life.
No, they don't. No.
Yeah, they do.
Elphaba is the only one responsible for their actions. They have been offered more than anybody else. Now, I'm sorry, there are thousands and thousands of people across the world every day, okay, that do that unspeakable act to themselves, and they don't get half as much help as what Elphaba's got. You've said yourself, you tried to help. I have tried to help. I know numerous people here have tried to help and given them helplines. They have refused.
You're all going to finger point.
Can I just say, no, we won't, because can I just say that's a disgusting thing to say. It's emotional and psychological blackmail. It's a terrible thing to say.
Other communities have finger pointed when creators have taken their lives. Don't even say that. I have someone who had very, very severe mental health when I was younger. Very severe.
Nemesis, I understand you're very emotionally invested in this, darling. I'm asking you to take a breath. Take a breath, take a drink of water, okay? Because our aim is not to get you all worked up and all upset.
Nobody's responsible for bullying them. I really think that's not true.
Okay.
When you bully someone to the point they're backed into a corner, they will do something. Eventually, they will do something.
Okay. And I tell you what, darling, okay, when that happens...
Don't say they won't ever, because
honey,
I know for a fact that they do.
Nobody said that. All right, just focus on what I'm saying to you. Don't focus on the chat, okay? Clear the display if you have to, right?
So what are you going to start finger pointing if they do? And I know they will, because they have said to me that they're getting to the point that this is like, they can't take anymore.
If they did this, if they
do not blackmail, it's not. I have told them I do not support them. I said I'm here
and it's
as a neutral party to have a conversation with you.
And
I had a conversation with him, and they said my mental health cannot take much more of this.
Right,
okay.
and you know what?
Are you for real? And you said yes, I am for real. I said you need to go to the doctor, and apparently they did go to the doctor. They did go to the doctor.
Nemesis.
They went to the police well, like I advised.
Nemesis, listen to what I'm saying, for the love of goodness, my God.
Sorry, you can't say somebody won't take their own life.
I'm not saying that. You're responding to a wall at the moment, okay?
You can't say somebody loves themselves too much to take their own life.
Nemesis, Jesus, if, and I'm saying if, I'm not saying they'll never, I'm saying if they do that.
And that behaviour that I saw them, the way they cried on that live,
Nemesis.
That was
heartbreaking.
I've done that myself.
Nemesis, we are in possession of screenshots that Elphaba sent to somebody saying they deliberately did it for attention. They deliberately did it so that they wouldn't break skin.
Live, no, that's not a,
So
that was
people
not a
like you will
deliberate act.
defend them.
No, darling. They sent
I'm not defending them. I'm defending the way that you
their
treat
moderator.
them.
They sent it to their moderator that they have trusted for years.
Yes, they
For
do.
years. They have been on that
Alphabet-
journey with them for years.
And
They
Alpha
said that saying, I have no intention of doing it, but I know it will get a reaction.
Jump on your train because you harass and you bully them. Anybody who's
no one's asking you to jump on the train, sweetheart. We're saying we have our view.
You attack
have
them.
your view.
If someone has a different opinion, you call them Orion.
So you're very against
somebody
bullying.
say, stop what you're doing.
Nemesis.
You've got a problem with that. Quirky said, tried to go enough. The line's been crossed. You've gone too far with some of the stuff you've done.
Just do that.
You want to say they're in the wrong.
Nemesis, you're against bullying, correct?
I am against bullying.
You're
I
against
was
doxing.
bullied.
Listen to me, it's a yes or no question. I didn't ask for your life story. You're against doxing, correct?
Well, have I doxed anybody at this point? I couldn't.
Hang on. You've been looking up Razor's address. You've clearly been very vile to them.
Fine. You put her
Come on, darling. Darling,
and her Instagram came up.
You can make it 15 seconds. I believe in you.
Her TikTok.
I can make
Google.
Darling,
it's public information. That's not doxing.
Well, is Alpha's information not public information then?
Not doxing them.
All the stuff you put up against Razor, though, that could be classed as bullying, could it not?
The cease and desist, and I know for a fact it's fake. It is
No,
fake.
darling.
There is
That's your opinion.
No multi-billion-dollar company that will give a third party a legal document, even if it's a draft. They would not.
That doesn't matter.
Between
that's your opinion.
The legal department of that company and the recipient.
That's your opinion.
So there's no NDA. There's no like thing. That would never happen.
Okay.
You really can't, can you? Because right, stop. Okay. You can have your own opinion about the C&D. Everybody has said that. All right. Every single person has said.
But I'm saying it's fake. It's 100% fake.
I don't.
That's fine.
I don't care about your opinion on the C&D. All right. I don't, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean genuinely. It does not faze me.
You can sit there and carry on and say she's this kind of this tour manager and that she's not. She's got no.
But we don't care about that at all. She doesn't care. Just let her say her point.
What I am saying though is you cannot, come on here, complain that bullying is wrong, we should rise each other up whilst you're calling peasants.
Why don't you?
No, wait.
Please.
Most of you're part of the minority gay community. And if somebody
I am going to end up muting you if you do not stop. Please. What I am saying is you cannot stand on that hill and plant your flag and say, I'm against bullying, I'm all about raising people up and uplifting them, blah, blah, blah. Regardless, everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody makes mistakes, okay? If you are going to come in here, 1, attack Razor personally, 2, attack Pezza personally, and attack everybody else in this box and not let them get all in their face. Okay, you called us Preds, which is completely unfounded. I'm still waiting for the evidence. I did message you on my main account. Okay, people are trying to be gracious to you right now. They are trying to be polite, and trust me, okay, as the resident diplomat, it's getting a little bit hard because you're constantly on the attack. You're very obviously upset. I don't think genuinely that if you are this affected and this emotionally invested, that you should be coming into anybody's cam 2s, anybody's watch parties. Okay, like you said, scroll on.
Nemesis, can I just say that Elphaba has admitted time and time again that they do things to rage bait. They know how to get the views, they know how to get people in, they know how to do certain things so people will be angry and it will drive up his engagement. He sent messages to mods and people who he believed was close to him saying, yes, I've done this on live. And no, I had no intention to do this on live. It was to manipulate people, to get them off my back. I wasn't going to do anything. It was just to basically manipulate people like you into defending Elphaba by emotionally blackmailing, gaslighting, and abusing you.
And you're going to have to, if you're going to respond, if you want to respond, you're going to have to unmute because I can't unmute you.
I don't think that we are going to change this person's mind. I don't think this is somebody who wants their mind changed at this point in time. I believe that they have a lot of pent up emotions and things going on with themselves. And that's the only reason that I'm being gentle here, okay? Because I really don't want to upset this person any further. All right? Our intention is not to have Elphaba do anything to themselves. That is never our intention. We want them off of the app. We want them off of social media. We want them to take all of that help that has been offered to them time and time and time again, okay, by numerous people, even people here. That's more help than a lot of people would get, okay? They had financial advisors helping them with the money, okay? They knew 100%, okay, what they were doing. They choose to go and do substances. They choose to go and spend it on alcohol. They choose to go and spend it on designer gear and Pokemon cards. For goodness sake, I understand they were young, okay? But at the end of the day, at any point, they could have taken the help that other people suggested to them. Get a financial advisor, put some of that money away, get yourself a house, get yourself some stability. And they said, F off. They said, I don't care. I know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. I'm investing. And now they have nothing, and they will continue to have nothing until such a time as they get the help they need. And in order for them to do that, they need to get off social media. They need to stop with the performances on live and on Instagram and on Facebook and anywhere and any other app. And they need to go and discover who they are themselves, not Elphaba the witch from Wicked, because they are not Elphaba the witch from Wicked. Okay, that is a level of delusion I will not enter with them. Okay, nobody. And I'm sorry, the reason that the tides have turned on this person is because of what they have put online, not what we have put online. We only put what Elphaba puts out there online. It's not the other way around. We don't fabricate things. We don't edit things. We don't sit there and manipulate footage. Everything is taken from the horse's mouth. I really, really do hope that you also get some help, because you seem to be in a crisis yourself. Okay, and I'm not saying that to be disrespectful or to be mean or to be horrible. Okay, I'm saying it because I'm genuinely concerned for your well-being. I don't know how old you are, okay? I'm not going to assume anything, but I do believe that you also need to reach out and get the help that you need, preferably fairly soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Perfectly put. You're welcome to unmute yourself, by the way.
Yeah, you kind of mute yourself. Yeah.
I have one more thing to say. You don't have to legally change your name to be called something. No, you keep saying, why haven't they need to provide proof that they legally changed it. You can have a preferred name on any official legal document. You can have a preferred name on any official identification. You do not have to legally change your name to that.
Absolutely, you do not need to legally change your name to anything. However, when you claim, listen to me, when you claim you have legally changed your name and you're lying, you
don't have to legally change your name. You don't have to.
No, but honey, Elphaba,
I can call myself.
Oh my days! I know.
Changing your name is not a discussion you need to have with anyone. I heard
oh my god. You don't want help.
I heard a conversation where they turned around and they said to Maria that I want to be called this now. And that is a discussion they have to have with your parent. No, I never had a discussion with my parent when I changed my name.
No, and that's your prerogative, and that's Elphaba's
right. So why do they need to have a discussion?
But when you get online, when you get online, I'm not going to go away, sweetheart. You're going to stop. When you get online and claim and tell people you've legally changed your name and you're proven to be lying, that's when people have an issue.
How do you know they don't want to show you? Like, they don't have to show you that. That's not like you.
No, they don't have to. No, you're correct. They don't have to. But people will call it out if they think it's a lie. No, we're not. We'll call it out then.
Why do you feel entitled to that?
We're not owed it.
You do. You feel entitled to have legal proof that they did that, but you are not entitled to that.
They're a known liar. They're a known liar. We're not entitled to it, but they're a known liar.
That doesn't make them a liar if they don't want to show you.
We can demand proof.
No, you can't.
Yes, we can. Elphaba's under no obligation to provide it. Yes, we can. Of course we can.
Any kind of validation.
I never said we were. We can demand
it.
And he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to oblige.
Unless you show us.
Yeah, we don't have a DUN to his head.
They don't owe you a damn thing.
You're right,
correct.
Silent. And we don't owe you a damn thing, and we don't owe them a damn thing.
All day for hours, every day.
Because I can. Because you don't get to tell me what I can and can't do.
I demand that. I
Because
demand
you don't
them
get
get
to
off
tell
the
me.
app. Why
Because
do
you don't get to
think you're
tell me.
entitled?
You don't get to tell me what I can and cannot do. The same way that I cannot tell you what you can and cannot do.
Right,
And
but the thing is, but you're not entitled. Why do you?
I know, and
what,
neither are you.
why do
We're not entitled. We've never
to
said we are.
Neither
We've
are
never said
you.
we are.
Neither are you. You're not entitled either. Neither is
I'm
Elphaba.
not entitled. I'm not entitled at all. I don't claim to be.
You are.
Okay.
I am entitled to my own opinion.
You are
wait.
entitled to
We
your
are
opinion.
entitled
Everybody,
to
Anybody has
everybody,
differences of
darling,
opinion.
darling,
People
listen,
jump
right,
on this
listen.
little
Say it
bandwagon of
louder,
hate.
honey. Say it louder for the people in the back. You are entitled to your opinion. So the fuck are we?
Razorblade, I can turn around and give everyone your real name, but I'm not gonna.
No.
Because you
Okay.
know that I know, because you took down
So
your
now you're doing
Instagram
stuff,
after I
So now
found
you're
it.
doing threats.
Right, Joshy,
So easy
Joshy,
to
I think it's
find
time to drop.
emails.
You're showing a very vile side.
The internet.
This is very unbecoming.
I'm
You
going
come
to
in
be
here,
honest.
try to be the
I think this
person.
I work in the music industry.
I think
I have
this
worked in the music
conversation-
industry. I know she's lying.
Okay.
There is no
I'm not
form
having
of
this conversation anymore.
Nemesis, I think this conversation has gone as far as it is going to go. I am not going to block you. My DMs are always open.
Not gonna block
Okay?
them.
I'm not
But-
going to block you, and I'm saying this now for verification. Nobody in this chat or anybody who's part of the Cam2 community, if I catch you sending any amount of hate to this person, you will be removed. End of story. That is a very vulnerable person. I can say it because they're gone, but I do believe that they are a very, very vulnerable
Very mentally ill
that
person.
has been very easily manipulated by the emotional blackmail that Elphaba has put out there. Okay?
Oh,
Nobody is that angry. Nobody. And I mean that. We've all gone through some stuff, don't get me wrong.
Can I-
You can all be tempered, but never have I met anybody who's approached somebody who said hello like that. Absolutely not.
Can I just say
That's the
this
last
is
time I
this,
say hello to anyone.
this is
no.
why we do what we do, because
Yes.
these are the people who defend Elphaba. They're very vulnerable. They're mentally not there. That person is just mentally not there. They claim all these fantasies. I was a band tour manager. No, you weren't. You're too mentally ill for that. It never happened.
They
This
may well
person-
have
They may well have been.
They
you
may
don't know how
well,
old they
I
are.
cannot
I find
say
that
how
very
old.
doubtful.
What I can say is what I know, okay? And what I know is that person is not in their correct mind.
No, they're not.
They are
This is why
very
we do what we do.
emotional, they are very charged, and they are very, very all over the place. I am not going to pass judgment on them simply because I mean, that's my first experience with that person. And honestly, I do believe that they are somebody who is not in control of necessarily every aspect of their life, unfortunately. If I knew more about them, I would call into question a welfare check, but that's about as far as I would go. By all means, feel free to block, but I'm asking everybody right now, under no circumstances do you send that person any hate or anything like that. Comment on their videos by all means. Like, you know, it's that's out in the public. Anybody caught DMing that person, I mean it, I will personally remove you from the community.
This is why we do what we do, because these are Elphaba's defenders. They're very vulnerable. They're not all there. They're taken in by the emotional blackmail and the gaslighting, and they're easily led astray. And this is why, as I said, we do what we do.
And I do believe that's what's happened here, and it is very, very unfortunate. But I will say, whether they're well or unwell, that person will now go away and think. And they will continue to
think they
think.
will.
Maybe they won't. But at the end of the day, they cannot, under any circumstances, come for any of us. There is 250 people here who just witnessed that not a one of us was calling them names. Not a one of us was attacking them. They came in incredibly charged, and I'll say kudos to everybody in the box and most of you in the comments, and I say most, okay,
Yeah.
for being
Like, yeah.
as calm as you were.
Georgie, that person is not
All
mentally
give
well.
Yaps
Yes.
a round of applause because bloody hell, girl, you handled yourself there. I had to keep muting because I was getting straight. You did so well. Also, hi Elphaba, hi Maria. We know
Maria and
you're
Elphaba are
watching.
listening.
Can I just-
Thank
can I
you,
just
guys. Thank
ask-
you. Gifts are not necessary. Thank you.
Can I just ask,
Yes.
is everybody okay? Because
Yeah.
just
Please
wanna
drop
ask-
me a DM if you are not. You don't have to be
Yeah.
embarrassed. You don't have to feel a certain type of way. I'm not going to tell anybody because I would never. Okay, it stays very much between me and that person. It doesn't matter if you don't know me. seriously, like I don't have much bite to me. All right, I promise. I'll just send you cat pictures if you just want cat pictures. All right, but just please reach out on this account or my main. All right, I'm always around in some capacity.
Hello, Misty.
Hi,
Misty.
Ginger, I don't care that you think my language is ableist because I described that person accurately as mentally unwell. That person is obviously mentally unwell. There's no two ways about it. You can call that ableist if you want. That's fine, but
I don't.
It remains the case at the end of the day. I'm not sure anyone else here would dispute that, but you. In the chat. Do you think this person is mentally well and all there?
No, I'm a qualified forensic psychologist, and I really do not believe that person is okay. I'm not saying that they haven't been diagnosed or they're not on treatment, but I certainly think that there's something more to that kind of demeanor. That's not a normal demeanor. Okay, it's a little bit abnormal. I'm not being ableist. Okay, and that's why I stayed the way I did with them. All right, because if I thought they were all there, they probably would have got tune out, and I would have let everybody go ham on them. All right, but I genuinely think that they're somebody vulnerable and they're somebody in need, and I don't want.
The reason we were so gentle was because that person is just not all there. There's no two ways about it. The person is just not all there. That's why we were very gentle.
Yes,
she did. Proof enough how Ryan can manipulate people. I don't know what is, because actually,
I don't care if you don't think it's appropriate.
Everything we've been saying, everything that we do is down to this. Orion attracts vulnerable people who are in mental health crisis, who are vulnerable in general, and their guilt tripping and emotional manipulation causes this.
Yes.
It does, yeah.
It does prove how dangerous Orion
Thank you,
is.
Cherry. Thank you, guys.
As I said 5 times, this is why we do what we do, because these are Elphaba's defenders, are very
young.
Vulnerable people.
I will assume that they're quite whoever that lady was is very much not well, and I get it. I understand, and I will say again, my DMs are open, and I want to reiterate that should Elphaba do something to themselves ever, it is not under any circumstances your fault. I will not have people walking around with that burden on their shoulders, and I am telling you, okay, as a person, as another human being who's been here for 5 years following Elphaba, as many of us have, it is not your fault, and it will never be your fault. Okay, they are a 21-year-old in control of their actions, in control of their mindset. As I said, we are in possession, okay, of a screenshot which states that Elphaba deliberately carries blunt utensils so they cannot do damage to themselves.
Yep.
But they'll still put on the show. They'll still make sure. And they even said, "Oh, I'm deliberately getting bandaged." Come on now.
They've admitted nearly as much on lives. I mean, you can go to the Observer channel where they've literally admitted, I do things for rage bait. I know how to get the views. If I do certain things, people will react. It's good for engagement, stuff like that. They've admitted it all before.
They have, yeah. They have, and
they also told the police that they play a character online.
Yeah. It's a character. The CLA and Evil Queen defense is a character. Yeah. This is not me. I play a character.
Yes.
And it's that character that does harm, and that's where I get, she was definitely emotionally charged, and a lot. I was too, but I think that's just because it was a lot, and you couldn't get a word in edgeway. And there's one thing I cannot stand is when, I'm being talked over, and I can't get my word out at all, and that riles me up further. But I know that's not her fault, because she's obviously just emotionally charged, and that's all. It's a lot, and it it was definitely interesting. I think that there are many different facets to what she was trying to get at, but but the thing is, though, is the reason why anyone calls Elphaba out for anything is Elphaba has made blank actual statements about all of these things themselves. We haven't said any of those things. Elphaba has made those statements. We've never made those statements. Alphaverse made those statements, and then we have had questions, and we've gone, well, that's not quite right. And then they've gone, well, you're this, you're that, and it's like,
Exactly, and everything we speak about, it's come out of Orion's mouth himself. It's come out of his mouth, and then we've spoke about
We
it.
react.
We've
We
reacted.
come to his own words.
Yeah, exactly.
And
We
we
come to
react.
his own words. We call him out on his behaviour, you know. We pick apart what he said and find the truths and find the lies, you know, like none of what we do is fictional, none of what we do is fake, none of what we do is, should we say, made to looking like to make him look the bad person. He does that himself. Orion does that himself. He makes himself look like the bad person. All we do is react and talk about it.
I think very rarely do we have actual discussion live, you know, like talking about it. Like I did a live yesterday with all the screenshots from Instagram, and they were all up there apart from the triggering ones, which you could go see. I think we always use the evidence, and when we're talking about past things that have happened, it's always to a credible source. The Inspector's a really good one to use for proof. Well, it's always based on facts. It's never anything that's been made up.
And the thing is as well, the evidence isn't hard to find. It isn't hard to find at all. It's on multiple awareness pages. It's on YouTube. It's on Reddit. It's everywhere. All you have to do is type. Yeah, exactly. All you have to do is type Alpha Orion Doherty and everything will come up. Get past all the crash outs and then there's all the evidence. It's all there.
literally, it's all that. And this is where sort of like, I understand that, like, I get it, you know, people see this person, they put on I don't know if it's like convincing act, but that's because sort of like, as I can only speak for myself here, but as someone that's been in a lot of these situations that Alpha was trying to mock all the time and, you know, do all those things, and as someone that has been through sort of like emotional and mental manipulation, coming out of that, I can spot it. I can spot what they're doing, and I can spot like, oh, you're doing this, and you can spot when someone's lying about something. Clearly, you can spot when someone's clearly lying about something, and he has tells. They have tells, and here's where like it's I said it earlier. It's lie upon lie upon lie upon lie upon lie, and they're trying to cover up the last lie with a new lie, and it's just getting more and more extreme as it goes on. You know, like this recent incident, this is where I think people, like the person that was in the box, I don't think she realizes that this incident recently is not the first incident. It's not the first time. And it's for I think Heather, you might have said this earlier, it's for the exact same reason. Mm-hmm. Identical. It's literally copy and paste and boom.
Literally, the poster situation, it's like rewatching it all over again, just in a different location. Yeah.
Yeah. And like Heather said earlier, like it's more extreme this time because there's not as much support there. And it's like he wants the support. Like I said, he wants someone to literally sit there and coddle them constantly, and like that's not how that's going to work. They want well, I was going to say they want Maria, but like they want
love, they want validation, they want people to believe his lies. He wants people to basically fall at his feet and beg to be his friend. And yes, last year that may have happened, but this year a lot has changed. And it's not happening anymore. That is why we are having more crash outs time and time again. That is why we're having more meltdowns. That is why he's doing all these Instagram stories and playing the mental health card, because people no longer believe him. People are seeing through the manipulation. People are seeing through the gaslighting, the guilt tripping. They're seeing through it now rather than falling for it, because the people who used to support him are no longer teenagers. The people who used to support him are now adults who have got on and cracked on at life and gone, actually, this person's a bad person, what the hell?
He's got a very totalitarian, very Stalinist, very North Korean view of how people should approach him. Like, you have to affirm it. It's in the language he uses. You have to validate him. You have to affirm him. Green hearts if you agree, trans flags if you agree, things like this. You're not allowed to disagree with them. He expects you to just go along with whatever he says, and if you don't, well, then you're contradicting his world, and you can't have that. You can't tolerate it.
Yeah, and it's sort of like, this is where I said it earlier, I can't control what other people do, how other people see me, how other people like do things, and he is trying to control how people perceive them, and it's like, that's not how that works. I know he wants that to happen that way and be like, well, you have to, see me in this light. But I'm like, and the thing is that when it comes to the friends thing, like back when this happened before, there wasn't as much of a trail of ex-friends that literally are saying the exact same thing time and time again.
And the thing is as well, though, these friends, a lot of them don't know each other. A lot of them have never met each other, have never been around each other. Yet every single one of them have said the same thing every time. He's manipulative. He's it's not a beggar. It's like a freebie when everyone pays for everything but you. They've all talked about the rug use. They've talked about their behaviour. Just it can't be a coincidence. You know what I mean? It cannot be. Freeloader. Thank you. It can't be a coincidence when so many people who have never met have all said the exact same thing. Because there's no way they're all in a group chat going, "Oh, what lie should we think of next?" No, because Quan never knew. What's her name? Winnie. Winnie never knew Jay. Jay never knew Jack. But every single one of them said the exact same thing.
Yeah. Also, the Walkman said the exact same thing about manipulative and like how he is, and this is the reason why. But the way he frames it is, he left those friendships. No. But this is what I mean. People who stick up for Elphaba in a big way. Do you not see how he phrases things? They try and reword things, whereas the proof is out there. It literally is all laid out there in plain sight to see. You literally. And that's the thing, and like everyone has an issue with how the Cantus do things, or the Cantuas are again. People are saying that the Cantuas are sending people in and sending people to do, say, unaliving things to eat, but
we have never ever sent anyone to say do it KYS. We have never said.
Never.
As soon as people start doing that, we do everything we can to shut it down.
A very silly thing for us to do.
And a point that Riley made the other day is we safeguard Orion more than Orion safeguards himself.
Yeah.
It's laughable almost. The minute he's doxxed, we are blocking his address, making sure it doesn't get out there, reporting videos, stuff like that. I mean, look, the incident that happened the other night. None of us posted the videos of the utensil incident, and all we said to everybody was, if you see this video circulating, get it down, report it, get it down. Because, one, I don't want to see that, and two, I'm pretty sure, although he deserves to be reminded of it, Orion doesn't want to see it himself.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back, Yap.
I'm back on my main.
You're back in your main. It's
7 days are up. Let's go.
7 days are up. There you go. And like, this is where it baffles me, because like, there are so many wrong uns on this app, and like I think it was Ali who said it. where like you don't get as much pushback or anything like that on any of the others except
You don't.
E, and that is because E's good at playing. It's a triple threat with it, and it's just you sit here and like, and you sort of sit here and it's like okay, but like you're clearly like people are saying, oh, we've done the research, oh, we watched this, and like, have you really? Because you know, okay, I mean, well, then we've seen the same content, and if we've seen the same content, like, okay, I mean, I know there's a lot of hours to go through there, to be fair, when it comes to or any of the wrong ones, really. There's a lot of hours to go through. Someone speak at...
Sorry, I'm just reading the comments.
Sorry. Thank you, guys.
He went live on his Insta a couple of days ago, and he's been posting on Insta relentlessly. Oh, by the way, he took the bins out. Had a panic attack, but he took the bins out.
There's a picture up of him and his mum together, and they will be going to the Wicked Part 2 premiere, so please don't buy any of the nonsense that they're telling you about Maria. Maria, if you're still here, they've openly said numerous times on live that you were very nice to them in the house in a legal sense. So just something to chew on.
Oh, I won't pussyfoot around it, Maria. Orion said that you abused them.
No. I just got my account back. I just don't want to say it. Oh, my well,
I don't care.
Back on the 7 days.
I've got loads. It's fine. Ban me. It's fine. I'll cry about it, but it'll be okay.
Yeah, I just got mine back. Give me 10 minutes. Wait, Violet, why are you sulking with me? What's wrong? Oh no, what did I do? Uh-oh. I'm in trouble?
Uh-oh.
Why are you? Why? Non-scary yap is back. Oh my.
Oh.
Non-scary yap. I'm never scary.
I think a lot of people were panicking because of how calm you were.
Well, I was shaking the whole
See,
time.
yep, you're like the female version of Josh. Josh talks quietly, calmly, and precisely, and you're the female version of that.
Oh, I won't lie. When I was shaking a little bit.
Yeah, but that's what I meant the other day when I was telling you this is why you are fantastic at this debating.
I know I should have been a
politician.
politician. I'm wasted.
I know.
I could have been a politician. I could have been Prime Minister by now.
You could have, yeah.
Right.
Would have been a contender.
Yeah.
I did go in on Lucy last night, but that's different. That was the other Gab. I don't know that one.
And other people that were asking, I am fine, thank you. I'm a big boy.
Yeah, that's what got me shaking. Was we knew that she was very angry. We knew that she was very emotionally invested. I could tell by how she was talking. And then when somebody pops in and says, "Hello, how's it going?" and to just oh my day, that did make me a little bit angry. I was shaking.
I did have to keep you in because you and Ollie, you kept like doing little, I don't want to say snarky comments, but you'd like mutter something under your breath, and I'd catch it, and I'd mute so quick because I've gone like that. I've gone, oh no.
I'm trying to be diplomatic, and she's like, I don't have anybody, just like Elphaba. Always like, we can tell, and I'm like,
it got me so much. I was like, oh no.
I tried to be polite. I think I really was restrained.
Oh no, Violet, did I actually?
You really did good.
Oh no way, I got Violet caught.
It's okay. It's okay. It just means me and her have to push up our exposure.
Oh, I'm
aiming for the end of September. Get the stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry.
Hopefully she can recoup and recover from this, but if not, the exposure's going to be a lot sooner.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have thought before saying anything. I didn't think that they would know who it was because, they don't have a lot of brains between them, but, that's what I get.
Like,
whoopsie.
It's been, God, this live stream's been all over the place today.
Yeah, it's been a big day for you, Joshy. Really big day for you.
And it all started with what's interesting, it all started with some, like, it started with, like, and you know what gets me about it, though? I started the live stream because he didn't just come back on Instagram and be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna come back singing." He came back with, "Oh, I'm really basically depressed, and I'm basically doing the whole woe is me and sob story, and none of the stuff made any sense." And I was just like, "This just doesn't make any sense to me." So I came live to talk about it because none of it made any sense, and I was like, "Huh?" And then obviously it went it went from there. But like, this is where I'm sort of like, when it comes to TT Nemesis, I'm sort of like, God, like, if he just went on Instagram and just sang about Wicked or talked about Wicked or whatever, yeah, people poke fun. People poke fun at people all the goddamn time. That's the price of, well, fame or infamy or whatever. That's what people do.
This is the reality that they didn't want. They thought they wanted it, and this is a genuine message to anybody out there who's young and wants to be famous. This means every aspect of your life is constantly documented, is constantly watched by paparazzi and things like that. That is what fame is. Okay, infamy or fame, they're very, very close to one another. Okay, it's a very thin line. Okay, that a lot of celebrities to this day are dancing on. All right, because you know what? Kim Kardashian does something wrong, it's all over the papers. Kim Kardashian does something good, it's all over the papers. There's no way to avoid it. And it's the same thing with TikTok. It's the same thing with all these people that want to go, I'm famous, I'm the wicked witch and this and that. You know what? You asked for it. You asked for this. Exactly. You asked for this. You asked to be put under the spotlight. You asked for the ball to be passed to you. You better do something good with it, because if you're not, the public will know, and the public will see everything.
Well, it's called the fame monster.
It is the fame monster.
It definitely is. And the thing, as I was going to say, the thing is, if he had just come back on Instagram and done singing or done Wicked or like done something, that would have been fine. But that's not what they did. They came back and they cannot help themselves when it comes to wanting to play the victim in the story. And it's like, that's not. And they tried to rewrite history 3 days later, and it's like, no, because we all saw what happened. We all can see that you're lying now, and that's the thing. People aren't just coming at Elphaba for coming at Elphaba. It's the lies with every little thing. And here's the thing: people can tell little white lies, sure, little white lies, sure. No, these are actual lies, and they are just non-stop. Every single time Elphaba opens their mouth or types something on Instagram, it's all lies. Anyway, that's mine. And then people are reading the comments.
You can you just imagine the phone call right now? Mom, they're saying mean hurting words again. It's all lies. Everything they're saying is all lies. And then Maria's going, it's not though, is it?
But you see, that's the thing, that like when he's at Maria's, guess what? There's hardly any talk of any of this stuff. Any of it. Hardly ever talk of any of it. The minute they get on their own, boom, it's out there in full view. I was like, yeah, because Maria lives with you. Maria knows you better than anyone.
I think it's just a back and forth as well. I think Onion knows he can't get away with it at Maria's because she'll call him out, and that is the last thing he wants ever. You know he hates being called out. Just you and me, Joshua. What the hell? Everyone's gone.
I know, they're all leaving us.
Sorry, I'm replying to DMs. I'm so sorry. I am here.
I love that as we said that, everyone came back as well.
I know, right? Everyone's come back.
I got like 4 DMs. I didn't want to leave anybody hanging. Sorry, guys.
I've got to drop anywhere. I can hear one of them stomping down the stairs. So I will love you and leave you. Well done, Yap, and well done, Josh, and well done, Ollie, for keeping you calm. Proud of you.
Thank you, darling. You have a beautiful night.
I will do. Enjoy yourselves, and if you need me, give me a shout.
I will. I'll keep you in the loop.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What a day.
Well, no one can say it's not an eventful night, can there?
Right, yeah.
Like,
No one can say it was a boring Saturday.
No, I just thought I could lie for a couple of hours. I gotta get my partner up in a minute. For work. And the thing is, I went live literally, I want to say, half an hour to an hour before he went up to bed.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
So,
Yeah.
he's
I've
had
done my
enough.
shopping, I've done a haircut, I've done a survey.
You got
I've
called
been going all
names.
this time. I edited a video, so hey guys, go check out my video after this.
All right, Mr. TikTok, you feel officially.
I knew you get it. I knew you get it.
Honestly, when people come to the cam tours and they're like, "Oh, you spend all day on live," I don't argue. I don't argue with them because I'm like, right. Thanks for the compliment. Because I don't know how people do it. I have to take breaks. I have to be like, right, cover the live for me for like 10 minutes. I'm off for a smoke break, guys.
And secondly, don't tell us to get off live. We're only live because the wrongins are live. Tell them to get off and we'll get off.
Exactly. Anytime I bloody do awareness lives, most of the time I'm sat there drawing.
Yeah, that's what I do usually in the background as well.
Someone said about multi-guests.
But again, I'd like to say thanks for having me again, Josh. And everyone else, thank you. I got to go and have a little session with Misty and talk about everybody behind everyone's back. And
Thank you. Come back in here and say hello and watch what happens if I get a call-out video.
Right, I'm going to go as well, everyone.
All right, everybody.
Thank you for joining.
See you guys.
Enjoy your days, your mornings, your nights.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, even though I'm going. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Then there were 3.
I know. I think I'm going to drop as well. I'm getting an influx of messages and...
I think I'm gonna words are escaping me.
End the live.
I think I'm gonna end the live. It's been live for like longer than planned.
Longer than you should have been.
I will catch everyone later. I'm now gonna go and like crash in bed.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me up, Joshua. Thanks everyone. Again, well done, Yap. You did amazing.
You did absolutely amazing.
Thank you, lovely. Thank you for having me, Joshua. I will check in with everybody tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you later, everyone.
Good night, guys.
Everybody.
Good night, good morning, good whatever. Bye there.
Everyone.